good afternoon. My name is Richard. This is over and over and over again. This is Matchday Live. It is the first match of the season for the Arsenal women. It's only a friendly. It's the first game of the US tour. It is against Washington Spirit. It's all coming up the other side of this. So it is Matchday Live. Arsenal women are away in the USA against Washington Spirit in this first of the pre-season games. Of course, got to build up to the start of the season, which is, of course, a month? No, not even a month away. It's 3 weeks away, isn't it? Until we play the first game, of course, the Champions League qualifier against Rangers. In fact, it's less than that, isn't it? Because it's September the 4th, isn't it? The first actual game. So this is our first preparation game. Now, we've got some team news for you because the team has been announced, and it's a bit of a surprising team maybe, but it is a first pre-season friendly. Let's bear that in mind. And bearing in mind as well, players have been, they're at different levels, aren't they, in terms of when they've come back from the summer and stuff like that. So this is the team lineup. And so for Arsenal, in goal it is Manu Zinsberger. The back four is Freya Godfrey, Leah Williamson, Katie Reid and Katie McCabe. In midfield, Kim Little, Katarina Kuhl and Frida Marnham. And the front three is Beth Mead, Alessia Russo and Viviane Leah. On the bench then for Arsenal is goalkeeper Naomi Williams. There's Lotta Rubenmoy, Steph Catley, Laura Wainwrighter, Kyra Cooney-Cross, Leah Herbert, Madison Earl, Caitlin Ford, Rosa Kafaji and Michelle Abermang. For the Washington Spirit, and this is how they line up. In goal it is their captain Aubrey Kingsbury. Their back four is Anag Bartel, Tara McEwen, Gabby Carl and Paige Metcha. In midfield it is Lacey Santos, Andy Sullivan and Heather Swinebrook. And then up front it is Mario McKenna, Saar and Rosemary Kusi. So there's the team lineup. So what do we make of that Arsenal lineup? It's a strange one, isn't it? In some ways, of the new signings, only Rosa Kafaji actually makes the bench. There's no Daphne Van Domselaar. There's no Caldente in the squad. There's no Stina in the squad. No Leah Volti in the squad. And I know the players are at different levels of fitness. Bearing in mind, there is a game, of course, in America next weekend as well. Plus, of course, one more friendly against Southampton. And I'm sure all of those players will feature in those games. I'm pretty sure that they will. But yeah, I was a little bit surprised maybe when I saw the lineup. I was maybe hoping that there might have been, I don't know, maybe more of the new signings in the squad. I think that's what we wanted to see, didn't we? We want to get a first glimpse of some of these. I'm sure we will see Rosa Kafaji, which funny enough, she's the one who's joined the latest, and yet she's in the squad, so she must be slightly ahead in terms of fitness. Stina's been training all the way through the summer, as far as I'm aware, so I'm not really sure why she's here, why she's not here. But anyway, Andreas is with us, of course, our friend Andreas from the show, watching on DAZN. So great to have our goals back. Strange lineup with three young guns. Our bench looks stronger than most of our starters. Yeah, it is a strong bench. It is a strong bench. And I say, we don't know the different stages of fitness that the girls are at, do we? And I suppose, that's obviously the starting team must be that they're far enough into their fitness to be starting a game. The ones on the bench maybe a little bit behind, and the ones that aren't even in the squad at all. It was mentioned, wasn't it, that some of them maybe wasn't going to feature in this game anyway. So it's not a total surprise. But yeah, I was a little bit. I looked at the lineup and thought, oh, okay. Obviously, Katarina Kuhl getting a game is good because we've not seen too much of her, have we, since we signed her? So it's good that she's back in the team. Whether she's going to stay this season or whether she's going to be going on loan, we're not quite sure yet, are we? But let's see how that works out. I'm sure it'll work out well, and everything will be fine. I'm just going to actually have to sign in here. Actually, give me 2 seconds. Right. Oh, hang on 2 seconds. We just need to sort this out. So yeah, we've got the. I've found the stream anyway, which is good, isn't it? So let's get going. It'll be time for kickoff, of course, very, very soon from the Audi Field, of course, which is the home ground of Washington Spirit. So we're going to see, obviously, how that all that works out. So we don't really want to hear the sound as well, do we? Because we'll probably get shut down. So here we go. Emerson in the chat says, Ian Rich, what's your prediction? It's difficult, isn't it? I don't know too much about the Washington Spirit team, if I'm honest. I don't know too much about them at all. But they're in their season already. We're obviously in pre-season, so I think they've got a slight advantage there. But obviously our league's a lot stronger. You'd imagine we should be a stronger team. And we are wearing the new third kit as well, which is the Monsters Inc. one, which is rather nice, isn't it? And Washington Spirit are in black. Actually very similar to the Arsenal away kit from last season, actually, isn't it? The Washington Spirit kit. I'll go for an Arsenal win anyway. Of course I will, because we're Arsenal and we should win, shouldn't we? So I'm going to go for... I think there'll be goals in this game. It's pre-season. Not everybody's up and running yet. I'm going to go 3-2 to Arsenal. And I think we'll get the job done one way or the other. Andrea says, missing Daphne, Wally, Stina in the squad. Yeah. 3 Olympians, Mariona, Cody and Foxy will join the team on Monday. I wasn't expecting those 3 to be in the squad. I'm a little bit surprised about Stina and Daphne because they've both been training. I mean, Stina's been training all the way through. So I'm a little bit surprised about that. We don't know the full reasons. It could be some fitness issues. Let's hope it's nothing too serious and that, you know, they'll all be available to play in the next couple of friendlies before the big kickoff, of course, in a couple of weeks' time. But there's an opportunity here, isn't there, for some young players? And I think that's important coming into a season. You do want, we want to see some of these young players maybe getting some opportunities. And let's see tonight how they cope. Yes, it's a friendly. It's going to be Arsenal at the kickoff. I say we're in the sort of light blue and dark blue kit. And we are attacking the goal to our left in this first half at the Audi Field. And we are off and underway. And Russo plays the ball back to Katie Reid. Of course, she made her debut, didn't she, during last season? And that was good. Emerson says, me too. Arsenal win 3-1. Know nothing about Washington Spirit. No, I don't. Other than the Rodman, who's the daughter of the basketball player. I know she does play for these, Trinity Rodman, but she's not actually in the team today. But she does play for them. That's pretty much all I know about her, if I'm honest. And also, of course, Esme Morgan has just joined, hasn't she, from Manchester City? She's not playing today either. I don't know why. Royston's with us as well. Evening all. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Anyway, we've not much has really happened yet. Arsenal just with a little bit of possession at the back. Manu Zinsberger finds Katie Reid and she plays it in to midfield where Russo just touches it off. And Arsenal do have some experience along with the young players to help them along. And I think that's important, isn't it? You don't want to throw a load of young players in altogether because, you know, they need some guidance and some leadership. And we've certainly got that. And one of those leaders, Leah Williamson, the England captain, plays the ball forward. It's a good ball as well. And this is a nice attack from Arsenal. Kim Little plays the ball into Katie McCabe, a new number 11 for her this season. Freya Godfrey plays it into the near post. Oh, and it was a good ball, actually. And Frida Marnham, had made that run, but she couldn't quite get on the end of it. And Washington do clear it over, not for very long. Freya Godfrey's got the ball again. So he finds Kim Little. And Arsenal with all the early possession here. Leah Williamson. She's under a bit of pressure. Has to go back to Manu Zinsberger midway inside the Arsenal half, all in yellow, the Arsenal goalkeeper. Is she going to keep her place this season with Daphne Van Domselaar's signing? Maybe she might start the season in goal, but I think Daphne's there to take that place, isn't she? And I'm sure she will as the season progresses because Daphne Van Domselaar is an extremely good goalkeeper. Anyway, Arsenal looking to build an attack over on that far side. It's Vivian Leah trying to get clear. Good defending, actually, though, from Washington Spirit. Bearing in mind, they should be a little bit sharper because they're into their season already. And of course, this is our very first game. We've only had, a couple of weeks, not even a couple of weeks of training. I'll say some of their goals have only just still on holiday. Some of them aren't they? So, but I'm sure it'll all come together when it needs to, of course, for that big game against Rangers in the Champions League qualifiers at the beginning of September. Anyway, Katie Reid plays this ball up the near side, finds the other Katie McCabe. Now it's with Kim Little in midfield, but that ball actually has been deflected, and now Washington Spirit on the counter attack. They've got some pace here. It looked like it may have been offside over on that far side. The flag stays down. A chance here for Washington Spirit. Oh, the shot into the side netting. Did Manu Zinsberger get a touch on that? I think she did. It is going to be a corner to Washington there. The first real attack that they've made on a counter attack, it was Arsenal giving the ball away in midfield. I think it was Kim Little with the pass, and then suddenly there was a counter attack on. Oh, I think she may have just been onside, actually. I think it was a good run. And then, it was a really good save, actually. Manu Zinsberger almost went through her legs, but she managed to get her foot out and just deflect it wide. And that's a really good save, actually. You look at the replay, that was a really, really good save. It's going to be Andy Sullivan to take this corner, though, for Washington. Andrea says, Washington is playing a strong season so far. They're in the middle of their season while we're just beginning. Result doesn't matter. Exactly, yeah, you're absolutely right. It doesn't matter, but it does matter. We don't want Arsenal to lose, do we? So it kind of does matter, but not in the overall scheme of things, it doesn't, I guess. Anyway, the corner was looped to the far post, but it's headed out by Frida Marnham. But again, Washington Spirit picked the ball up, and they're looking very fresh and lively here, actually. As we said, probably expected the fact that they are well into their season already, so you'd expect them to be a little bit sharper than us. Royster says it's live on Arsenal website, and I can get to listen to Richard's commentator. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, it's I think it's live on YouTube somewhere as well, isn't it? But anyway, stay with us wherever you're watching it, and don't forget to give us a like as well. Anyway, Washington Spirit now in possession inside the centre circle, but that's a poor ball forward, and it's going to just trickle all the way through to Manu Zinsberger. And that was a great save. You have to say that was a really good save from Manu. She's had a lot of criticism over the last couple of seasons, from us here as well. We've she's been at fault for a few big goals that we've conceded and cost us a few points, but I thought she finished last season strongly, and she's made a really good save at the start of this game. So let's hope she can find some good form going into the new season, because she's going to be under pressure now from Daphne. There's no doubt about that. And I think that it's going to be interesting to see how that little battle plays out between those two. I mean, I've been singing the praises of Daphne van Domslaar for the last 2 years since we saw her in the Euros. I'm delighted we've got her. I fully expect her to be the number one goalkeeper before the end of the season, but let's see. If Manu continues to play well, I mean, she's got the number one shirt to lose. So if she continues to play well, then she'll do well. Anyway, Arsenal are in possession now. The ball is back with Manu Zinsberger. There is a little bit of pressure on her this season, as we said. But she certainly started this game well. And Katie Reid now in possession for Arsenal. Of course, Katie made that debut, didn't she, last season? Didn't stop smiling during and after that game. It was brilliant to see her. And another of the debutants last season, Vivian Leo, over on that far side. She's playing on the right. Beth Mead seems to be playing more on the left in these early stages. But it is a throw to Washington Spirit over on that far side, and it is going to be Gabby Carl to take it. So their kit's very similar, isn't it, to our black away kit from last season? It's quite similar, isn't it? They're sort of all black kit that they're wearing, the Washington Spirit. Of course, the women's game is growing in America as well, isn't it? And of course, women's football in America is on a high at the moment, isn't it? Following their success in the Olympic Games, of course, under Emma Hayes. So, yeah, there's a lot of, we grew, didn't we, on the back of the Euros of football in this country, women's football. And I'm sure in America, I mean, it's always been big in America anyway, but, winning the Olympics again, high profile, it's good, isn't it? So I'm sure that, there needs to be a reasonable crowd in. You can't see all of the stadium just because of the way the ground's designed and where the camera is, but, there's empty seats, of course, but it's not a sellout or anything like that. There seems to be quite a few Arsenal fans dotted around as well, which is nice. A lot of red and white shirts, which is good. It looks to be a very, very warm afternoon. It's actually 2:00 in the afternoon over there in Washington, and it does look to be a very nice sunny day, of course, a summer afternoon. And it's not been too bad weather in the UK either, has it, over the last week or so? Not been too bad at all. Anyway, it is a free kick to Washington Spirit. Kim Little it was with the foul on this near side. And Arsenal have conceded a couple of free kicks in these early stages. We played 7 minutes. It is still 0-0 And Washington Spirit had the only real chance of the game so far, which was a great save in the end from Manu Zinsberg. I maybe didn't give her credit for it initially because it looked like it had gone straight into the side net, but actually it was a really good save. So, yeah, happy days. Anyway, it is a throw to Arsenal on the near side, Katie McCabe. I say we're number 11. It's going to take a bit of getting used to, isn't it, after the previous number 11 that we had. Not that Katie McCabe can't live up to that number, you know, off its previous occupant, but it'd be just strange to see her. You know, we've been so used to seeing her wear number 15, haven't we? So it's going to be strange to see her wearing number 11. And talking of strange numbers, the Washington centre back Tara McEwen is actually wearing number 9, and she's a centre back. So you know, it's a bit of a strange number for a centre back, isn't it? But I guess that's you know, America don't do things like everybody else today, so maybe that's why. I don't know, but anyway, having said that, the Rodman, who we was talking about earlier, she's a striker and she plays number 2. So anyway, Arsenal are in possession with our number 11, Katie McCabe, and she just lays it off to Leah Williamson. I'm expecting, you know, Beth and Leah, they have a full pre-season this summer. I'm expecting big things from those two this season, following last season. I don't think they was quite at their best, either of them, were they? Beth is in possession now on this near side, plays the ball back to Katie McCabe. Thought about a cross, but gives it back to Beth instead. So Beth on the left-hand side in these early stages here. It is Vivian Leah over on that far side, the Arsenal right. Katie Reid's got the ball at the moment. She gets it back again from Katie McCabe. Looks very comfortable on the ball, doesn't she, Katie Reid? Really comfortable on the ball. She's got a look of Leah Williamson about her when she's on the ball, hasn't she? You know, there's a ball over the top, looking for the run here of Russo inside the box. A nice little touch. And the ball comes in and it's a goal. Alessia Russo scored, and it's only taken 9 minutes, and it was a nice flicked finish there. It was actually Beth Mead initially. The ball was played through, and Russo is there carrying on where she finished off at the end of last season, and it is, of course, and that can only mean one thing. What a great finish it was as well. The defender just hoofed the ball up in the air, and it just fell in on the edge of the 6-yard box. And the first time, she took it out of the air and just flicked it into the net. That's a really, really clever finish, actually. That is an absolutely class goal. Again, you don't really appreciate it until you see the replay. The ball's come out of the sky, and she hasn't took a touch. She's just gently caressed it with the side of her foot past the goalkeeper. A brilliant finish. Of course, back in America, Russo, where of course she started her career, didn't she, in college football, along with Lotta as well, who's on the bench today. And what a great goal that was. Brilliant finish. Absolutely fantastic. Andrea says, Lessie, indeed. Lessie it was with that finish, and it was a very, very good finish. Almost out of nothing, actually. Just a ball played forward. Defender just kind of kicked it up in the air rather than away, and Leslie just flicked it in. Brilliant. And Arsenal lead already after just 10 minutes. Fantastic. Andrea says their first chance, well played from Beth, and clinical reaction from Messi. It was actually Frida Marnham that was getting onto that ball. But yeah, it was a fantastic finish, wasn't it? Wow. First time, little flick, taking the ball out of the sky. Most players would have either tried to sort of hit it on the volley and lashed at it, or would have tried to take a touch. But no, Leslie was quite comfortable what she was doing and just gently caressed it into the net. Just brilliant. Anyway, Washington now, who maybe was slightly the better team up until that point, you can probably say, and they're looking to try and come back now and try and find a way back into the game. But that's a good tackle there in midfield from Frida Marnham, and it's given a run here on this near side to the goal scorer. Now it's Freya Godfrey going all the way around. Can she get across in? No, she can't. She maybe took one extra touch there. The young defender playing in midfield today, and she maybe just took an extra touch that she didn't need to there, and just took it too far. It was a good run actually there initially from Leslie Russo. It was Freya on the overlap there, got into the ball. Maybe she needed to pull it back there. She took that extra touch, and that's took it out of play, and that was a shame actually, because she had done well up to that point, and then she just took the extra touch, but she just needed to pull it across the box. Royston says, very disappointed that Arsenal are not playing their Champions League games at the Emirates Stadium with the easy access to the stadium. We could get 10,000 plus for both games. Yeah, but I think they're the qualifiers, aren't they? And I think one of the reasons why we were allowed to play the qualifiers at home were because they were at Meadow Park. And yes, we would have got bigger crowds at the Emirates, of course we would, but I think there's more to it than that. Obviously, the season started. Oh, there's a chance here for Washington Spirit. Lovely feet inside the box there. It was Sarr, the French striker. Lovely cut inside, but then she tried to curl it into the far corner. And they're looking dangerous, aren't they, on a counter-attack? They're trying to run in behind. Really good play that was there. She really made a mug of Leah Williamson. Not many players do that, do they? Lovely turn inside. Leah was beaten all ends up, and then she tried to flick it with the outside of her foot there, Sarr, and she couldn't quite get the angles right and flicked it wide. But that was a good chance. They've had a couple of chances already, haven't they, Washington Spirit? They'll probably feel a little bit aggrieved to be behind. But anyway, Arsenal took their chance really well and coming forward again. But not for very long, actually, because we've just lost the ball in midfield, which we've done 2 or 3 times already in this game. You know, Jonas said, didn't he, in his interview yesterday, that, you know, this game was all about, you know, looking at what's wrong, what we need to put right, things we need to work on. And also, well, of course, giving some of these players some minutes on the pitch that maybe we wouldn't necessarily have seen otherwise. So yeah, but yeah, there's a few things already you can see that we will need to put right. Anyway, Katie McKay plays a lovely ball forward. Was that a foul on the edge of the penalty area then on Leslie Russo? Referee says no, and Washington Spirit can bring the ball away. I also want it back high up the pitch again. We're certainly pressing high, aren't we? It's 14 minutes played. It is Washington 0, Arsenal 1. That brilliant goal from Leslie Russo. And I'm trying to actually figure out the formation here, because it looks as though Vivienne Leah is playing at right back. Or is it a 3 at the back and she's more like a wing back with obviously Freya Godfrey in midfield alongside Katarina Kuhl. And Frida Marnham's obviously pushing on as she normally does. Anyway, there's some space over on that far side. The lack of an actual right back is causing us a few problems here. But Leah Williamson, oh, that wasn't a great clearance. She did well to read it, Leah Williamson, but she passed it straight back to the edge of the penalty area. And the shot came in there from Washington Spirit there. And that was a dangerous moment there for Arsenal there. So it looks as though maybe it is a 3 at the back. And we're getting exposed down that far side, Arsenal's right. Vivienne Leah, of course, is a more attacking player. Maybe not used to playing in that position. And in the end, it was Kusi that's fired that over the top. And Arsenal looking a little bit vulnerable over on that far side. I'm sure that's something Jonas will look at and maybe change that later on in the game. We do, of course, have Laura Wienreiter on the bench, who's a natural right back, of course. And maybe she'll be the one to step in and step into that position. But we'll have to see. Anyway, Kim Little has just dropped in and picks the ball up, finds Katarina Kuhl, and she just touches it off to Leah Williamson. Actually, the shirt numbers are quite tricky to see on these shirts, actually. Anyway, and we've got quite a lot of blonde players with a ponytail. They all look quite similar. Anyway, Katie Reid's ball was cut out, but she gets it back again and does find Katie McKay. Lost it forward in the general direction of Leslie Russo, but she's not going to get there. And the ball goes back to the goalkeeper, and Washington Spirit trying to play it out from the back and don't maybe do it particularly well. In fact, is the flag up for an offside? I think it might be. It was McEwen there who was the defender. And the ball's gone behind. Is it a corner? Or is it a free kick? So I'm not sure what's happened there. But anyway, it's a Washington Spirit ball in any case. It may well have been an offside. It didn't look as though Leslie Russo was offside, did it? But anyway, of course, their manager, Washington Spirit, just for those who are interested, he's the guy who used to be manager of Barcelona. He's taken over at Washington Spirit this year. So, of course, we've encountered them a couple of times in the Champions League in recent years. Jonas, of course, will know him fairly well. And, of course, he's obviously a very experienced, a good coach. So, yeah. And he's at Washington Spirit now. Anyway, so throw to Arsenal on that far side. Vivienne Leah takes that. But it wasn't a particularly good throw. And Washington Spirit have picked up the ball. And they've responded pretty well to going behind, haven't they? They've had a lot of possession. They've had a lot of the ball. They've had a couple of chances. But it is Arsenal that lead. 10 minutes it was the goal. Russo with it. And Arsenal just looking to try and get some possession of the ball, because we've not seen too much of it since we scored, actually. And we're struggling to get it up the other end of the pitch. And again, Washington coming forward. They play some nice football. And that's a good ball in behind. Again, Vivian Leah maybe getting caught out in that right-back position. It's clearly not a natural position for her. And the ball in behind is causing us problems here. Her positioning isn't maybe where it needs to be. And Washington now trying to come forward on this near side this time. We seem to be overloaded with strength on the left and a little bit weak over on that right-hand side. But anyway, I don't know whether or not Jonas will change that around as the game goes on. Anyway, Washington are in possession here. He's on this near side. That's a ball played through, but it's overhit. Or is it overhit? It's not. And the cross comes in. In the end, it was Sarah again. Really, really pacey forward. She is the French woman now for Washington Spirit. Managed to keep that ball in. It looked as though Santos had put too much on it. But she recovered it well, Sarah. Real lot of pace. She may well have been offside in actual fact. But anyway, it didn't make any difference in the end, because all she could do was direct the ball straight into the arms of Manu Zinsberger. Arsenal trying to play it out from the back. And we've sort of negotiated that. It's a good press from the Washington Spirit, but Arsenal have managed to sort of get through that. And now Zinsberger plays it out to Leah Williamson over on that far side. Oh, that's a poor ball forward, actually. Leah's had a little bit of a shaky start to this game. But again, it is the first game. We've only been in training for, a couple of weeks. Not even a couple of weeks. I think it was 10 days training before they flew out to America. So we're going to be nowhere near our best yet. So let's not be too worried about mistakes that we make. We need to make them now, get them out of our system, and work on our fitness levels and stuff like that, don't we? Before what's going to be a really important start to the season, isn't it? The Champions League qualifying game against Rangers. We're at Meadow Park. You imagine that we're going to get through those two games. You would imagine that we will. Obviously, we know what happened last year. We can't take it for granted. Again, see Washington Spirit coming forward over on that far side, really exposing our lack of experience over there. And a cross comes in, a low cross. Again, Leah Williamson reads it well, but the clearance isn't great again. And again, it's picked up by Washington, and they're still in possession on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. And Arsenal looking a little bit vulnerable over on that far side. But it is Washington coming forward on this near side this time. Santos again. She looks quite a decent little player, doesn't she? Santos, Lucy Santos, a Colombian. A ball played in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Oh, and it was Sarah again, showing great pace to get in behind. Just couldn't quite stretch enough to get a touch on it. It was Matea with the ball in from this near side. It's a lovely cross, actually. And if she'd got any touch on that, Sarah, that would have probably been the equaliser. She couldn't quite get anything on it. And in the end, Manu Zinsberger just gratefully picked that ball up. Leah Williamson's getting a little bit exposed by the pace of Sarr in these opening 20 minutes here. But so far, Arsenal have managed to preserve the clean sheet. Anyway, let's see what happens here. I'm not sure what's going on. There seems to be a break in play at the moment. I'm not sure what the reason is. No one seems to know. The camera person isn't showing us. Is it a little injury to Manu Zinsberger? She does tend to suffer from a few, doesn't she? But anyway, we're going to get back up and running again. And Manu Zinsberger just rolls the ball to Katie Reid, who's looked very, very calm and collected, hasn't she, in these opening stages here? As, of course, she did in her debut towards the end of last season. I say she has got a touch of the Leah Williamsons about her, which is no bad thing, is it? If she has half the career that Leah Williamson's had, I'm sure she'll be absolutely over the moon. And so are we. She looks a great player. Anyway, it was Leah Williamson's ball forward again, which wasn't great. Cut quite easily by Washington Spirit, and they're looking to come forward themselves now through the midfield. Royston says, what's up with Spurs women now? Home game with Arsenal is back at Brisbane Road. They would get 40,000 plus crowds to build up support from. Arsenal women really are in front. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, there's lots of factors involved, isn't there, as to whether the games can take place at the main stadiums. It's not just as simple as saying, oh, well, let's just play it there. There's a lot more to it than that. Yeah, I don't know the full reasons what's gone on with that. It does seem strange, but we played them obviously at Brisbane Road the season before last. Is their proper home ground. So yeah, I don't know. I say I don't think it's just as simple as being able to just play the games at the big stadiums all the time. I think there's more to it than that. But yeah, I'm sure it'll come out as we go along. But yeah, Arsenal are miles ahead of everybody else off the pitch. We just need to make sure we can get ahead of everyone else on the pitch as well, don't we, this season, and make up the gap between us and Chelsea and Man City. And of course, we know that Man City are going to be a big threat this season, of course. Andreas says our defence looks shaky. Even Leah Washington coming with a lot of pace. That's what's causing us problem. No, it is. You're right. Leah actually looks at this moment in time. Leah's looks a lot more shaky than Katie Reid. Katie Reid's looked really assured. Having said that, she just gave the ball away, which just is typical, isn't it? And again, Washington trying to come forward, but Leah does much better there. Wins that tackle, and now she's got possession of the ball. We have got to bear in mind that the sharpness factor from the fact that Arsenal haven't played a game yet. This is our first match of pre-season. I'm saying Washington are in the middle of their season, so of course they're going to be sharper. And we've got to expect anyway. We look like we're in behind here over on that far side with Leslie Russo. Can she get the cross in towards the edge of the 6 yard? What she does, the header comes in by Freya Godfrey. Looking for a goal for her, but it was a comfortable save in the end. But a nice move that was for Arsenal, much better. Russo getting clear down that far side, Arsenal's right. It's a good cross. And Freya Godfrey at the far post. Got a header on target, but it didn't have enough pace or direction to really trouble the goalkeeper. And that's probably only our second real attack of the game, isn't it? And we did score from the previous one. Arsenal tried to knock the ball around at the back and then played it forward and lost it again in midfield. And that is an issue that's been a feature of this sort of 24 minutes that we've played. And I say we're not, we've got to expect. And this is what these games are about, aren't they? They're about trying to iron out these problems and iron out the issues that, that there is. And hopefully we'll be right when we need to be right, which is, of course, on the 4th of September when we play Rangers. There's an offside given there against Frida Mana, who's making them breaks from midfield. Good to see her back playing football again, of course, after what happened in the Continental Cup final. That was really frightening, wasn't it, for everybody? And it's good to see her back again, fit and playing football again. And she's looking fit, certainly today. She's making some strong runs from midfield. It was her run into the box that created the opportunity for the goal as well. And says, Jonathan Giraldes from Barcelona is now managing Washington Spirit. Yeah, exactly. I was just mentioning that just before, yeah. Just mentioning about him. And yeah, I mean, obviously he's an experienced coach, knows what he's doing. So, and you can see the way Washington are playing. They've got pace. They're quite aggressive. Obviously, the players he's got aren't as good as the players he had at Barcelona, of course. Obviously, but yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, that he's gone there, and it is maybe part of they're trying to obviously grow the women's domestic game. Obviously, international has always been big, hasn't it, in America, and they're just trying to grow. I mean, it is a big crowd. You can see. I mean, yeah, there's empty seats. It's a big stadium, of course, but it's a good crowd actually. It's good to see, and obviously, there's a lot of Arsenal fans in America, as we know. And obviously a lot of Arsenal women's fans in America as well, which is really good, isn't it? Anyway, we're coming forward again. Katie Reid plays a ball to Katie McCabe. That's a lovely ball. If it can get round to looking at the run of Russo, she's making some great runs in behind that Washington defence, isn't she? Not quite able to really maybe get hold of the ball enough. The ball's not quite getting through to her, is it? But some nice play there from Arsenal again on this near side. Katie Reid involved. She's had a really, really good opening 26 minutes, hasn't she? Young Katie Reid at the back for Arsenal, really good. She's looking very, very solid and very strong. And yes, and there's an offside here against Saar, who's caused us a few problems, hasn't she, for Washington Spirit. And he's, in fact, it was Morris. Sorry, it was McKenna Morris who was offside on that particular occasion. Arsenal are still 1-0 up, of course. In this, it's a friendly, but it's good to see the girls back in action, isn't it? I mean, I think that's the first thing, and secondly, it's building up towards what is going to be a really, really important season, isn't it, for Arsenal? It really is a big season. We have to get through these qualifiers of the Champions League. We can't do what happened last season. We can't afford to do that. We have to be in that group stage. And it'd be nice to be back in the Champions League, won't it, again? We got to the semi-final, of course, didn't we, 2 seasons ago? It'd be nice to be back in there again. And with a stronger squad now. And hopefully we won't have the injuries that we had 2 years ago, which maybe cost us the chance to get to the final that year. Because I do feel as though, we did so well with the players that we had out. Imagine if everyone had been fit. If Leah Williamson had been fit, Beth had been fit, Viv had been fit, we may well have got through that semi-final because we were close anyway, wasn't we? So it'd be nice to be back in that competition again. There's a few demons to be exercised, I think, and hopefully we can put that right in a few weeks' time. And Arsenal coming forward again, looking to get another goal here. The ball played out to that far side to Vivian Leah. She's much more comfortable in an attacking position, isn't she? It's a decent cross, but it's cleared away at the near post. But Arsenal going to pick the ball up again. Katie Reid just steps in. Really impressed with her in this opening half. That's a great ball, actually, to this near side to Freya Godfrey's had a good first half as well. What's a cross like? It's a low cross in towards the near post. Well defended, actually, there by Washington Spirit. I think that was McKenna there at the back, managed to clear that away. Really good play again, though, from Freya Godfrey, who's looked good as well in these early stages of this game. Katie Reid finds Leah Williamson. That's a long ball over the top. It's a good ball. Oh, lovely touch. Oh, almost 2-0. Frida Marnham it was. Oh, in fact, she was given offside. Really lovely first touch it was. A brilliant ball over the top from Leah Williamson. And Frida Marnham got in the running behind that Washington defence. A lovely first touch. The goalkeeper actually made a good save, but she was offside. But a lovely ball. Look at that from Leah Williamson. It's what she does well. Lovely ball. Look at that first touch from Frida. Managed to line it up for a shot. In fact, it wasn't saved. It was well blocked, actually, by the defender. But she was offside. Very tight decision that looked, actually. But anyway, it was given as offside. But she didn't score anyway, so it didn't matter too much, did it? Anyway, it is Washington Spirit now coming forward. Get over on that far side. That's where we're looking vulnerable. And they've got some pace now. If the ball's right into the box, it's a decent ball to the near post. Again, though, Katie Reid's read that really well and just got there and dealt with it. And I say, she does remind me so much of Leah Williamson. Clearly, she's watched her idol play quite closely over the years. And, you can clearly see that that's what she's modelling her game on. And she's really read that well. It looks like there might be a water break, actually, which is a strange time to have it after half an hour, isn't it? Because all the players seem to be coming over to this near side. So I'm assuming it's a water break. Obviously, it's a hot afternoon. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a water break. Half an hour. Half an hour is a strange time, isn't it? You think it'll be like 20 minutes when you're halfway through. But anyway, it's after half an hour. They're having a water break. And maybe Jonas can just tweak a couple of little things. Some of the players are getting some cold flannels on them as well. Obviously, it's a very, very hot afternoon. It is, 2 o'clock in the afternoon over there as well. So it's the hottest time of day. And yes, you can see that the heat is getting to a few people. So they've had this nice little water break. And Arsenal can maybe just tweak a couple of little things. I say we need to look at that right back issue. We're getting exposed down that side. That's where most of the problems have come in terms of, the danger from Washington Spirit. They're just showing a goal again. What a brilliant finish. That was just incredible, actually. Really, really good. How alert she was, and that's a really clever finish, isn't it? So most players would have tried to put their foot through it and like lashed at it. But she's just watched it come down and then just flicked it in. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Greg was with us, says in the NWSL 30 minutes is water breaks. Oh, is it? Okay, fair enough. I know we had during the COVID season when obviously games were being played at the height of summer, we were having water breaks, wasn't we? I can't remember what minute in the game they was now, but I remember we were having them, weren't we, the water breaks? I just assumed they was like sort of halfway through the first half, but maybe they were half an hour in as well. If anyone can remember, because I've forgotten now. I just remember we had them. Anyway, we've had the water break now. It's lasted, nearly 2 minutes. Not quite sure why it was that long. But anyway, we're about to get back on underway again, and it is going to be still 1-0 to Arsenal. Andrea says, agreed. Katie Reid is doing very well. Viv Lear is not a right back. A wrong position for her. Freya Godfrey's okay. Yeah, I think Freya Godfrey's looking decent. Yeah, that's obviously an issue. The right back. I don't know what's happening there. It just seems a strange place to be playing an attacking player. She's looked good when she's had the ball going forward, but yeah, she's getting exposed time after time. And I certainly wouldn't want to see her playing in that position in a more important game. No disrespect to Vivian Lear, who's a very good player, but she's not comfortable playing in that position. I think that's fair to say. And it is causing us one or two issues at the moment. But anyway, let's hope that Jonas can sort that out maybe at half time and see if we can make one or two adjustments in that particular position. I wouldn't necessarily say take Vivian Lear off, just maybe play her in a position that she's going to be more suited to, which is further up the pitch, isn't it? Anyway, we're back off and underway following that water break, which is about 2 and 3 minutes, actually, it was. So there'll be a bit of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Anyway, Katie McCabe does well and finds Katie Reid. Again, you see a nice, just neat and tidy ball. Katie Reid's not trying to do anything clever, not trying to do anything flash. She's just getting the ball nice and calm and passing it. And there she found Katie McCabe, and it looks like it's going to be a corner. Or was it a foul by Katie McCabe? Surely it wasn't. Katie McCabe with a new number, but she's lost none of her old competitiveness, as shall we call it. It is a free kick to Washington Spirit on this near side. It's almost a corner from the position that it is, but it is actually a free kick, I believe. But everybody's lining up as though it's a corner because it's a very similar position here. And it is going to be Andy Sullivan to take it. She's been taking the corners and she's taking this free kick. It's only about, 5 yards, 10 yards in from the near touchline. But this is a dangerous moment for Arsenal. We need to be solid here. We're into the last, 10, 11 minutes of this first half. There's a lot of players gathered around the penalty spot from both teams. So we'll see what happens there. There's a lot of movement around there. It's an interesting set pieces straight out of the Barcelona book, we expect. Anyway, it's going to be Sullivan with his free kick towards it's towards space, but header comes in. Oh, it's onto the roof of the net by Sarah, who's been the biggest threat for Washington Spirit in this first half. She got the header in there. It looked like it was always going to loop over the crossbar. And it was a decent header. She was always going backwards and it was going up in the air. It was looping back down again, but it was never going to loop down quickly enough. In fact, it hit the top of the crossbar, in actual fact. Gregory says there 2 to 4 minutes is the norm. Oh, is it? Okay, well, that's fair enough. I suppose we're just used to our footballers over here and in Europe, aren't we? So I suppose it just seems a bit strange when they do things differently in America. But they like to be different, don't they? Which is fair enough, I suppose. Anyway, they are coming forward again, Washington Spirit here, but that wasn't a good ball. And Kim Little cut it out, and Leah Williamson showed some really good feet there. And a nice pass as well to Freya Godfrey. And again, nice, neat and tidy pass from her. And now the ball ends up going over to that far side to Vivian Leah. Plays it back infield to Beth Mead, and she just touches it back to Leah Williamson. We've got a new member to the channel, Clive. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for becoming our latest member. I hope you enjoy being with us throughout this season because we've got some great stuff coming up for you. Anyway, also coming forward now over on that far side, Vivian Leah in a more attacking position, goes around the outside of the wall, fought back across, dummied and played it back instead. So she looks so much more comfortable at that end of the pitch, doesn't she? That's where we need to keep her. She's getting exposed at right back quite a lot. Anyway, Katie McCabe, I still can't get used to wearing number 11, but anyway, there we go. Now, Frida Marnham takes it on, brings it forward. Good ball as well up this near side for sorry, that was Frida Marnham. It was Katrina Cole, sorry, before that. And now the ball has gone out for a throw to Washington Spirit on this near side. 36 and a half minutes played. But it isn't actually, is it? Because we had that water break there, didn't we, for about 3 minutes. So we're probably only at 33 minutes in actual fact. But anyway, I'm sure we'll get the stoppage time later when it gets around to that point of the game. But it's been okay from Arsenal. Yes, there's a few things that haven't worked particularly well. We know that. But we've got the lead. And, yeah, we're looking a little bit vulnerable defensively, though, aren't we? at times. And I say they've got a lot of pace going forward at Washington, so they've used it pretty well. That ball's played out to the far side, and Washington Spirit just looking to maybe just slow the pace down a little bit. The game has actually, the pace of the game has slowed down since the water break, actually. It seems everyone's had a break and they can't get going again, which sometimes happens, doesn't it? Especially when it is a very, very warm afternoon. Oh, Leah Williamson again has given the ball away with a short pass. And now Washington Spirit coming forward again. It's a shot on the edge of the box. It's blocked by Katie Reid again. Incredible. She's having a great game. It was Santos actually there. Gregory says, since I got Prime, I get about half the NWSL games. Still a struggle to watch more than half of Arsenal games in Canada. Is it really? Okay. Well, you can stick with us, can't you? We'll be covering all the games for you. So just stick with us here and we'll keep you updated with everything that's happening all throughout the season. Of course, the new series of the Arsenal Women's Show will be starting, of course, as well at the beginning of September. We may have to have a rethink about the day of the week we do it on this season, just the fact that Andreas will be travelling to London quite a lot of Fridays. So we may be doing it maybe on a Wednesday quite a lot this season as well. But we'll see. Some weeks will be a Friday and they won't. But anyway, we're going to be getting ready for that. The first show is on Monday, the 2nd of September. We're going to be looking at pre-season. We're going to be looking ahead, of course, to the two big games in the Champions League qualifiers. And also, of course, the start of the new WSL season. Well, we will have obviously a show before then as well. But yeah, that's going to be the first show. So put that in your diary, Monday, the 2nd of September, for the big kickoff for the WSL, our first new show of the season. So it's going to be good. Make sure you join us for that one. Obviously, we'll be talking about this game and, of course, the game next weekend as well against Chelsea, which is also in this same stadium, I believe, isn't it? It's part of this US tour. And, yeah, sometimes you look at it and think, the players have got enough, throughout the season. Why are they travelling to America in pre-season? But I guess it's to build the game, isn't it? It's to build the support. Arsenal have got a lot of support in America, as we said, so it makes sense in that way. It doesn't always make sense for the players necessarily, but quite often in the old days we used to have training camps, didn't they, abroad? So I suppose it's no different from that, really, is it? But yeah, we just get some games as well, I suppose. But I don't think the travelling's ideal, but at least we've got, we're back next week after the Chelsea game, so we've still got a couple of weeks before we're actually playing. So anyway, it's a corner again to Washington Spirit on that far side. Not a great corner, cleared away easily there by Leslie Russo. It's gone out for a throw over on that far side, midway inside the Arsenal half. We're into the last 5 minutes of normal time at the end of this first half, plus stoppage time, of course, of which there will be at least 3.5, 4 minutes due to that water break that we had. I say the game hasn't really picked up its pace and its tempo since then, has it? I know what it's like, when you're playing and it's hot and you have half time and you come out, sometimes it takes you a while to get going again, doesn't it? Anyway, Arsenal now on the counter attack, and it is with Freya Godfrey on this near side. Oh, she's a little bit indecisive there. Got the ball taken off her by Matea, and she needed to make her mind up a little bit quicker there, didn't she, Freya, as to what she was going to do? And in the end, she just didn't do anything and got the ball taken off. But it is a throw to Arsenal on this near side, which Katie McCabe is going to take. She's got Kim Little coming short for her. She's got Leslie Russo ahead. Plays it infield instead to Frida Marnham. But Frida couldn't really get that ball under control. And it's gone way back to the goalkeeper for Washington Spirit, Aubrey Kingsbury, who's their captain as well. You don't get enough Alburys, do you, in women's football? But the American goalkeeper is Albury, so that's good, isn't it? Clive there says, good day, everyone. When is qualifying games for Arsenal in the Champions League? The first one is on September the 4th, which is against Rangers. That's the first one. And then the second one will be on a Saturday, the 7th of September, against, hopefully it'll be us as winners. We'll be playing the winner of the other game. I think Atletico Madrid are one of the teams, aren't they? And that we're probably going to be playing. But anyway, yeah, September the 4th is the first one, and then September the 7th is going to be the second one. Well, we played the second one anyway, whether we won or lost the first one. But anyway, Washington Spirit have another opportunity. And it was Santos, I think, that time. Good defending, though, from Kim Little. Plays a little ball up the line as well. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Really good defensive play that was from Captain Kim. So, yeah, early September. We've got 2.5 weeks until it all kicks off. We've got a couple of games here in America. We're then back. We're playing Southampton away on the 31st, which is the Saturday before. And then, of course, we play on the Wednesday against Rangers. So that's our pre-season build-up. It's not like the men when you get about 5 or 6 different games in pre-season. You know, women have never really have a long pre-season, do we, in terms of games. It's probably just as well because there's more games in the season, isn't there? And hopefully there'll be more this season as well with the Champions League, which we're hopefully looking to get through to. But we've got those games to get through first, haven't we? Anyway, also I'll come forward over on that far side. It was good play actually by Viviana Leah. Now it's back with Katie Reid, plays it forward to Kim Little, gets it back again. Katie finds the other Katie McCabe, and it goes back to Manu Zinsberger into the last couple of minutes of this first half. Washington Spirit 0, Arsenal 1. That early goal from Leslie Russo, and Arsenal really haven't threatened since. And Washington have had probably the better of the play, the better of the chances throughout this first half. Actually, you know, you could say we are maybe a little bit fortunate to be in front, but it was a brilliant goal, brilliantly taken goal from Leslie, and that's been the difference so far. And so coming up towards half time, Leah Williamson plays that ball forward. It's with Katarina Cole. She's had a tidy game in midfield, hasn't she? Now she finds Katie Reid, I've enjoyed watching her play in this first half. I think she's been really good. That ball forward there is put out of play. It's going to be a throw though to Arsenal on this near side. Coming to the last minute of normal time at the end of this first half. Obviously, there'll be some stoppage time, as we said. Anyway, Leah Williamson now in possession on halfway for Arsenal, bringing the ball forward. It's a nice ball into the feet there of Beth Mead, and she's conceded a foul. It was a little bit of a silly change there through the back of the American player there. Beth didn't look very happy. She's not really been in this game much, has she, Beth Mead, in this first half? She was always stretching there, actually. She was probably never, ever going to get there. And it was a Kusi that she fouled. The Ivorian. And it is going to be a free kick to Washington Spirit. And we're into the last few seconds of normal time at the end of the first half, which has been satisfactory for Arsenal in terms of the scoreline, not necessarily from the performance. There's been a lot of questions really that will need answering in the second half of this game, let alone before the season starts. But I say it is pre-season. This isn't going to be the team that starts them Champions League games. You wouldn't imagine it's going to be a stronger team. They also pick the ball up with Frida Minor over on that far side. There's a ball played in the box towards Leslie Russo, but it's a little bit too high. She couldn't quite direct that towards the goal. The goal scorer for Arsenal looking for a second. And in the end, Washington Spirit managed to clear it away. It's now back with the goalkeeper, Kingsbury. All in orange, the Washington goalkeeper. There's only 2 minutes of stoppage time, and yet the water break took 3.5 minutes. Does anybody understand how that works? You'd imagine there'd be at least 3.5 minutes, wouldn't you? You'd imagine it'd be 4 minutes because there must have been a little bit of stoppages before. But no, they've given 2 minutes of stoppage time, which doesn't even cover the water break. Bizarre. Anyway, it's America for you, isn't it? I'm surprised they're not playing the game in quarters. All the other sports seem to be played in quarters, don't they? So I suppose we should be grateful that it's actually 2 halves that we're playing. Anyway, Washington coming forward again over on that far side. That's where the danger has been. And again, there's some pace in behind. Leah Williams has been out for it's going to be 1-1. Oh, it's not. It's a great block. Katie Reid, it was with it. Oh, and then Zinsberger with a save. Wow. 2 big chances there in the final few minutes of this first half for Washington Spirit. Ball back into the box again. And now it is 1-1. Or is it offside? I think it might be offside. Or is it? No, it's not. The goal's been given. Inevitably, it is Sarr that scored it. And you have to say it's been coming. There were 2 chances just before. The first one was really well blocked by Katie Reid. The second one, a great save from Manu Zinsberger. But then The cross came in and Manu Zinsberger was caught in no man's land. She didn't get there. She should have maybe stayed on her line. She would have saved it. And it was a simple header in the end from Saar. But Leah Williams has got really outpaced there. The first shot was blocked. And then the second one, brilliant save actually from Zinsberger there. And Arsenal cleared the ball away. And was Manu Zinsberger really switched on? Not sure if she was. And she tried to come for that ball on the edge of the 6-yard box. She's got to get there. I think she was a little bit slow reacting. She was too busy pulling her socks up. And she was far too slow reacting to that ball. She should have been out there a lot earlier and come and claim that. And Sarah is in the end who's headed that in. Really poor goal to concede. Manu Zinsberger there is. This is one of the problems we've always said, haven't we, with Manu Zinsberger, with balls into the box like that. And yeah, another one, as Andrea says there, 1-1, a typical Manu goal. It was. I think to me that was more a concentration issue. In fact, it's half time now. That was virtually the last action of that first half. I didn't update the score, did I? I was too busy complaining about the goal. But it is 1-1 at half time. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. She made a really good save just before. And the ball got cleared. It didn't really get cleared that far out. And she's putting her sock up or she's doing something else. And then when the ball got played back in, she wasn't set and she wasn't ready. So she was a little bit slow to react. And then, of course, she got there too late. And Sars put a simple header in. Gregory says, we had no back line when Sars scored. No, we didn't. I don't know what everyone was doing. Everyone switched off. Andrea said, if she comes off her line, she must clear the ball. Well, exactly. Yeah, she does. Yeah, she either stays back or she comes and gets it. But I think her problem was the fact that she was slow reacting because she was almost maybe patting herself on the back for making the save that she made rather than looking at where the next action is going to be. And that's a problem. But as I've said before, I think we all know, don't we, that we will have a new number one goalkeeper at some point this season when Daphne's obviously playing, because Daphne doesn't make mistakes like that. She doesn't, not very often. Yes, I'm not okay. She will make mistakes like that because every goalkeeper does, but she doesn't make them as often as what Manu does. And I think that's the key, isn't it? Andrea says, I want to see Daphne in goal the sooner the better. Well, yeah, I mean, I think we all do, really, don't we? I mean, Manu's been a good servant to the club. There's no doubt about that. And I think that, she's been a decent goalkeeper for us. And I thought in the second half of last season, I thought she did really well. She still made a odd mistake here and there. All goalkeepers do. But I thought she had a decent second half of the season. But we've bought Daphne Van Domselaar for a reason. And that reason for me is because we know that Manu isn't going to get any better now. She's probably past her best. And we've got a younger goalkeeper in who's a brilliant goalkeeper. And yeah, it's a position that we needed to sort out. And we have. And I do think there's still maybe one or two other issues here that we need to look at. As well, the transfer window is still open. We've still got time to get some business done, and I would like to see another midfield player come in. You've got to think Vicky Palova is going to be out for most of the season because of her ACL injury, and she was brilliant last season. And I do think we need somebody in to cover for her. Yes, you could say Leah Volti, who's obviously not in the squad today. She's going to come in and be involved, I'm sure. But yeah, I think we need somebody else in there as well. I really do. Yes, Kyra Cooney-Cross again is going to be a great player, and I think she needs a little bit more time to before she can, nail down that position in the way that Vicky did. So yeah, I do think we need to look at that. That's a position that we do need to work, that we need to look at. I think, with that injury, and let's see where we are. But yeah. It wasn't a great first half performance, let's be honest. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. We're winning the game. And anyway, it's only pre-season, and that's what matters, isn't it? Ultimately, is the fitness, and that kind of stuff, isn't it? Which is what it's about, isn't it? So there you go. But yeah, half time it is Washington 1, Arsenal 1. Greg, if I say again, Greg, good to see you, my friend. He says, what worries me is our midfield. If Little or Volti get injured, we don't have a playmaker. No, we don't. I was just saying that that's a position that we do need cover for. I mean, yes, Kyra Cooney-Cross is going to be a great player, but I don't think she's ready yet to step in. And you're right. Whenever we've missed Kim Little and Leah Volti, and sometimes we've missed both of them, you can see there's an issue there. And it is a position that we do need to strengthen. I believe we're going to get one more player in the window. I don't know who it might be yet. I haven't got any information, but I do believe we will bring one more player in. And I believe it will be a midfield player. I think it has to be. I think we're covered pretty much everywhere else now, aren't we? We've got the goalkeeping situation covered. Defence is okay. That's not a problem. And obviously in attack, we've got an abundance of players in attack. So brilliant. So I do think it's midfield is the area. I do think we'll get one more in. And I do think if we get the right signing in midfield in this window, then this is the best squad that we could possibly hope for. And there's no excuses. A full pre-season, and to me, there's no excuses now. Next season, we have to deliver, and we have to deliver big. Yes, we've won the Continental Cup 2 years in a row, which is fantastic. Of course, it is. Winning any trophies is great, isn't it? But we have to take it on now. We have to win a bigger trophy than that, whether it's the FA Cup or whether it's one of the two really big ones, the WSL or the Champions League. We need to bring home something bigger, don't we, this season? It's a big season for Arsenal. It's a really big season for Jonas. I've said it on here before. I like Jonas. I do want him to succeed, and I think he's done an okay job so far. 2 trophies, a Champions League semi-final, runners-up in the league, an FA Cup final. He's done a decent enough job, but now's the time now to take it up a level. He's got to take it up a level this season. We can't go through the sort of WSL campaign that we did last season and the season before, giving away stupid games with stupid mistakes and stuff like that. We've got to put all that right. If we do that, I've got absolutely no doubt that we will be up there fighting for everything. Greg says, still think Stina up front with Russo just behind is the best way forward. Yeah, and I think we've seen in that first half there, and I know it's only pre-season, but what struck me there was, Leslie Russo isn't a number 9 in the traditional sense of a number 9. She works all the way across the front line, doesn't she? She pops up on the right wing, she'll pop up on the left wing, she drops deeper. And also, as well, she does get herself in the box as she did to get the goal today. So she's an all-round forward, all the way across the forward line. Whereas Stina is an out-and-out number 9. She's a goal scorer. She runs in behind. She gets on the end of things. She can finish. And so I think playing those two together, when they played together last season, it worked. Generally, they would score goals. They'd both score goals. And yes, I agree. I think that is our best formation. I'm just not sure if Jonas is going to play that way. I'm not sure if he will. I've got to be honest. I'm not sure if he will through the season. I think that his idea is, bearing in mind we've just brought Rosa Kafaji, who's on the bench today. She will come on in the second half. She's going to be playing probably in that left-hand position, left side, Beth Mead on the right. And I think that in that number 10 position is going to be Caldente. So it's going to be either Russo or Stina playing as number 9. Probably Russo more often than not, because he favours Russo. And, Russo's a great player. She's starting to find the goals now, isn't she? The back end of last season, she got a lot of goals. Obviously, she scored today, which I know it doesn't matter, but it's important to her confidence and stuff like that. So I think that's how we're going to line up next season. I think that'll be our sort of front line. It'll be Mariona in number 10. It'll be Beth on the right. It'll be Rosa on the left, and it'll be Russo through the centre. And obviously, we've got the backups to swap and change things around as and when we need to. Clive says Fran Kirby should have moved to Arsenal instead of Brighton. See, I'm not sure Fran Kirby would have been the answer. I think that we've got obviously we've got Caldente, who I think is better than Fran Kirby. We've got a brilliant young player in Rosa Kafaji, who again is better than Fran Kirby, or will be over that period of time. So I think Fran Kirby going to retire at Brighton is probably the best thing, and I don't think that she would have been the right fit for Arsenal now. A few years ago, absolutely, would have snapped your hand off for her, but not now. I think there's better options, and I think we've got better players now. So I'm not overly concerned that Fran didn't come to Arsenal. I don't even think we're interested in buying that and bringing them in. Greg says, for Champions League and League, our squad isn't strong enough. See, I don't know. I think it is. I think it is. We've almost got 2 quality players for all positions now, haven't we? We've almost got that, I think. Obviously we've got 2 goalkeepers, Manu and Daphne, and I think obviously Daphne's going to eventually be number 1, but Manu's not a bad goalkeeper. I know she made a bit of a wicket at the end of that first half, but she made some good saves as well. I think in defence we've got 2 right backs, we've got 2 good left backs, we've got 3 decent centre halves, and obviously Amanda to come back when she can later on. So I think we're sorted there. I think up front, we've got 2 players in each of the wide positions that we can play there. We've got 2 centre forwards. We've got some options in terms of players who can play in a couple of different positions. Like Rosa can probably play on the left. She can play on the right. She can play more central. Obviously Mariona can play more central. She could probably play in a wider position as well. So, we've got obviously Caitlin Fold. So we've got options there. Of course, midfield is that area that I think is weak. Is the weakest part. Midfield's the one area. Obviously, we've got Kim, we've got Leah, Walty, we've got Frida, we've got Kyra, and a couple of these young players as well, haven't we? Obviously, Freya Godfrey, who's done okay in there today. But yeah, that's the area for me that we do need to strengthen. I'm sure we will. And I say if we get that 1 midfield player in, I think our squad is strong enough to challenge for the Champions League and the WSL. I really do. I think it is now with this 1 extra signing, and we got some of these great young players. Look how what they're doing. Katie Reid, fantastic. We've got Michelle Abermang on the bench. We know how good she can score goals as well as an option. I do think we're in a decent position now. So 1 more signing, and I think we'll be fine in terms of depth. Greg says they're watching the NWSL. They do things differently. Added time is a toss-up. I can never get it right. They don't follow the player numbering system at all. No, the numbers seem all over the place, don't they? They don't match the more traditional positions that we assume. Like I say, they've got a number 9 who plays as a centre half. They've got a number 2 who's a striker, and a few strange things like that as well, I suppose. But fair enough, isn't it? No one's to say that the way that we do it in Europe is the right way. There's no way. There's no one to say it is. I mean, if they want to, they can put their numbers, whatever numbers they want. That's fair enough, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, I think added time needs to be right, though, doesn't it? Because if a team wastes time or there's delays, I think it's important that you do make that time up, because quite often the ball's not in play enough in 90 minutes anyway. And I think if you cut it short, you're short-changing everybody, the players, the fans, everybody. So I think that needs to be right. I think it doesn't matter how you want to do things. I think you've got to get your stoppage time right. If the game stopped for 3 minutes because of a water break, you've got to add 3 minutes on as a minimum at the end, haven't you? But anyway, I mean, I'm sure maybe they'll just do extra in the second half, which isn't the right way to do it, but I guess it might even it out maybe overall, but we'll see. Greg says that Russo is holding the ball up with someone running off. No, exactly, yeah. I mean, she's great at holding the ball up, and that's one of her big strengths. And yes, it's worked with Stina. I absolutely agree with you. I would do that, but when you look at the players that we've got, and where would Mariona Caldente play? Where's she going to play if Russo's in the number 10 and Stina's in the number 9? Where's she going to play? Because obviously Beth's going to play on the right usually, and on the left, I think that's Rosa's position. So I think she's going to play there. So where would Mariona fit in? And we brought her in. She's a top player. You're not going to leave her on the bench, I don't think. So that's I agree with you. I would do that, but we've brought Caldente in for a reason, and she's a great player. So that's the issue, is it fitting them all in? But anyway, we'll see. Greg says they should break the bank and get Walsh and stop waiting to get players on a free. Well, Kira Walsh is the one. I mean, there was some talk of it, wasn't there, earlier in the summer? How much that was true and how much it was just kind of speculation, I don't know. Obviously, she's still under contract at Barcelona, so it would probably take a big deal to get it done. I mean, you're saying waiting to get players for free. I mean, we tried. We put a record bid in to get Leslie Russo, didn't we, in the previous transfer window? And we ended up getting her for free, but that was Man United's fault. They wouldn't sell her to us at the time when we were willing to pay for her. So with Kira, maybe that might happen again. You know, we may well be putting bids in for Kira that aren't going to get accepted, and then we get her for free when our contract's up. That's the selling club's fault, isn't it? They're losing out on an opportunity to get some money back, but then they do get that player for an extra year. In Russo's case, an extra 6 months for Man United. So, I mean, I don't know. It's we don't really know how the deals are done, how they negotiate and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I'm sure Jonas has got the players that he wants to buy, to bring in, and it's just whether we can get them all done. And you know, I think there's one more to come, and let's hope it is a midfield player. If it is Kira Walsh, that would be amazing. And I do think if it is Kira Walsh, if for whatever reason it was that she was the one player we got in, to me that would be. I'm not necessarily saying it's the difference between us winning the league and not winning the league, or between, you know, us a great season or not. But I do think it would make a massive difference to have her. Absolutely, it would. So let's wait and see what happens in the next few weeks. Let's wait and see. But anyway, the teams are coming back out again for the second half at the Audi Field. It's called. Not many grounds in England are called fields, are they? They used to be back in the day, didn't they? Where they were all farmers' fields, essentially. So it's a bit unusual to a ground to be called a field, isn't it? But anyway, the players are, well, the Washington Spirit players are back out on the pitch. I haven't actually seen us yet back out. I mean, I don't know whether we're still... Oh, we're coming back out now. Here we go. Kim is leading the team out with Leslie Russo in this new Monsters Inc. style kit, which I quite like. I've got to be honest. I think it's quite a nice kit. Out of the 3 that we've released this year, that is the best one, isn't it? By quite some distance, I think. I certainly don't like the Lynx Africa one. And the home kits, I'm not overly impressed with that. We've had much better home kits, haven't we, over the recent years. But anyway, this sort of light blue and purple one is actually pretty cool, isn't it? So anyway, let's have a look and see. I don't think Arsenal have made any changes at half time that I can see anyway. But we are going to get the second half up and underway very, very shortly for you. And hopefully Arsenal can go and look to improve some of those things that we didn't necessarily do particularly well in that first half, especially down our right-hand side. That was a big issue. Vivian Leah is back out for the second half. I'm not sure what the position is going to be. Oh, I guess who's coming on? There is some substitutions being made. Laura Weinreiter is coming on, and Rosa Kafaji is coming on as well. A brand new signing from Sweden. She is coming on. So it'd be nice to see 45 minutes from her, won't it, today? She's got the number 16 shirt, a brand new signing, and she is coming on. Is it Beth that's gone off, potentially? Michelle Aubameyang's come on as well. So we've made a few changes actually after. So Michelle Aubameyang's come on, Laura Weinreiter's come on, and Rosa Kafaji's come on as well. And lots of Ruben Moyes come on. Oh, okay, we've made a lot of changes actually. So we're going to have to see how. It looks like Beth, certainly one of the players to have gone off. Has Leah Williamson gone off? I'm trying to figure out who's gone off. Katie Riesler. I'm assuming Leah Williamson's gone off. I'm assuming Beth Mead's gone off. Anyway, Freya Godfrey's still on. Vivian Leah's still on. Alicia Russo's still on. So we're going to have to figure out where I'm going to be playing in this second half, because I'm trying to work it out. I think the back four is going to be Weinreiter at right back. I think Ruben Moy and Reid at centre back, and obviously Katie McCabe at left back. I still think that's going to be the same. In midfield, Kim Little, Katarina Kuhl, and Frida Marnham's the same. And in the front three, I think it's Russo. No, because we've got Michelle Aubameyang on, haven't we? And Rosa. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We will figure. Oh, I think Frida Marnham's gone off actually. So I think Rosa's dropping into number 10. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We are back off and underway in the second half. We're just trying to work out exactly where everybody's playing, because there's been so many substitutions that it's difficult to actually figure it out. But anyway, Alessia Russo is definitely up front. It looks as though Rose has actually gone to this near side, the right. It looks as though Michelle Aubameyang's maybe gone on the left. We'll figure out the rest of it as we go along. Washington Spirit are coming forward, and again, it's a good header from Katie Reid, but the ball's over on that far side. A cross comes in, and it's onto the roof, and in fact, it hits the bar. Did it go? Surely it went out, didn't it? Not sure if it did. And Sar's actually gone down injured as well now, the goal scorer for Washington Spirit. Got that goal right on half time, didn't she? But she's now gone down injured. And she's going to have to get some treatment. And so we just want to figure out. So I think Arsenal are going to like the second half. I think it's Zinsberger in goal. The back four is going to be Wainwright, Woobenmoy, Reid, and McCabe, I assume. I'm sure Katie McCabe was out there. Then I think in midfield, Kim Little, Katarina Kuhl, and I think Rosa, and then the front three will be Russo, Vivian Leah, and Michelle Abermang. That's what I think we're probably going to be lining up, but we'll sort of see when we get going. Anyway, lots of Woobenmoy is definitely on, and Leah Williams is definitely off, and Laura Wainwright is definitely on, and Frida Marner is definitely off. And we're having a little water break already because of this injury. So anyway, the big news is, Kate McCabe's gone off, actually. So Kate McCabe has gone off. So is Laura playing left back then? Who's playing left back? So yeah, Lotta has replaced Leah, as we assumed. Anyway, Sarah is back up again. Michelle Abermang's come on for Beth Mead. So that was another sub that we kind of figured. We're just trying to figure out where everybody's playing. So Rosa Kafaj has come on for Freedom. I think that's a straight swap in the number 10 position, actually. And I think it's going to be Vivian and Michelle either side of, or just sort of behind Leslie Russo. That seems as though we're lining up, doesn't it? Anyway, it's a throw to Washington Spirit on this near side. And so once the play starts building out, I still don't know who's actually playing left back now. Because Laura Wainwright is playing right back. She has moved into a natural right back position. So I'm not sure who's playing left back. We're just giving the ball away. So that's Katie Reid. And Arsenal, I don't know if all these changes have had an effect. We've looked very sloppy actually at the start of this second half. We haven't really got going at all yet. And it is a throw to Washington Spirit on this near side into the penalty area, headed out by Laura Wainwright. And now we can try and come forward over on that far side. It was Vivian Leah there, just trying to play up the line to Michelle Abermang, but it's gone behind for a throw again to Washington Spirit. So they moved Vivian Leah to left back. She wasn't comfortable at right back. They moved her to left back. Or is it a free at the back? I can't quite figure it out. It's a bit of a strange formation at the minute. Anyway, Lotta Woobenmoy got the ball, plays it back to Manu Zinsberger, and she goes long into midfield. The ball's bouncing around. And Rosa's done really well there. Pretty much her first touch in an Arsenal shirt. And the ball would have actually found Freya Godfrey, but she got tied up, caught up there with a defender. And now Washington Spirit in again, and Vivian Leah is playing left back. So anyway, there you go. It's a corner to Washington Spirit. I think we figured out where everybody's playing anyway, even though some of the positions aren't making a lot of sense. But there you go. We've got Steph Catley on the bench, who's a left back, and they're playing Vivian Leah at left back, and she's clearly not natural in that position either. She looked a bit uncomfortable there when she put that ball out for the corner. Anyway, it is a corner, and again, it is going to be Sullivan. And Arsenal wearing a Monsters Inc. t-shirt and a Monsters Inc. shirt, and they've got a player called Sully in their team, which is quite. For those who remember Monsters Inc., you must remember Sully. That's the Arsenal kit, isn't it? Anyway, that corner is headed out. Not very far as Santos plays it back out to that far side to Sullivan. First time cross. It's a good cross. Header comes in, a free header as well. It's gone wide. And that was a big chance there for Washington Spirit to take the lead. It was Matea there with the header. A free header. Really good cross, actually, from that far side. And Again, it wasn't great defending from Vivian Leah. She's not comfortable, is she, in defensive positions? Positioning was all wrong. And really, that header should have brought a second goal for Washington Spirit. It was over the bar. And Arsenal really, really struggling at the start of this second half. Really struggling. We have managed to get a throw now on this near side, which Laura Wienreiter is going to take. And that's really good play in midfield from Katarina Cole. But then she dallies on the ball. And now Washington Spirit come forward again. Santos with a shot. Well, it's actually more of a chipped ball into the box. And Manu Zinsberger comes and claims that one. Shame she didn't do that just before half time and we'd still be winning. But anyway, again, it was dangerous play there. And it was a chip cross actually towards that far post. And Manu Zinsberger came and got that and did well. Michelle Aubameyang there working hard to try and win the ball back. Wasn't able to do so, but Lotte Wubben-Moy does well. And now Arsenal in possession with Katie Reid. Plays it out to Lotte Wubben-Moy now up this far side. This is better from Arsenal. Vivian Leah plays a ball up the line looking for Michelle Aubameyang. Wasn't a great ball actually. And it's cleared away there by McEwen for Washington Spirit. And now the American team are bringing it forward on this near side. That's a good ball up the line, actually. Laura Wainwright is in her chase here. She's not going to get there. The ball played across the box. It's going to be 2-1. No, it's not. Oh, it was a terrible miss from Saar. She's been their best player. She's been their most dangerous player. And really, she should have scored there. Kouassi, again, showed real good pace down this near side. She just ran past Laura Wainwright like she wasn't there. And it's a perfect ball across. And surely Saar has to score. She's all basically an open goal to roll it into, and she's completely missed her kick. And it's gone rolling past that far post. That was a big let off that for Arsenal. But now on the counter-attack, maybe we can regain our lead. Michelle Aubameyang does really well. And now Arsenal looking to come forward over on that far side. Kim Little plays it back, gets the ball back again. The captain. Next with Katie Reid, she finds Laura Wienreiter, gets it back again. Katie Reid, that was a little bit fortunate there, you have to say. It really was. Clive says there should have been an easy chip, and it should have been. Yeah, absolutely, it should have been. That's a bad miss, isn't it? I mean, it's good from our point of view, but yeah, not a great piece of play there. And I say she's been their best player as well, hasn't she? So a little bit of a surprise actually that she didn't put that in. But anyway, Arsenal coming forward now, looking a bit better up this end of the pitch. Rosa just touches the ball through to Alessia Russo, but good defending actually. But Russo battles away for the ball and manages to win the throw, which is a good play again from Alessia Russo, who's probably been our best player. Cross comes in there and it's headed away. Michelle Aubameyang was trying to get herself in there, try and restore our lead. But so far it hasn't come to fruition. It is now with the goalkeeper for Washington Spirit. At least Arsenal have started to settle now a bit better. We hadn't done before. But we're starting to get going in this second half. But it is Washington Spirit coming forward again on this near side. But that's a poor ball. Now, Alessia Russo's got some space to turn and run into. Good movement there from Rosa Kafaji ahead of her, but she's gone back instead. But Arsenal are keeping possession. In midfield, Katarina Cole under pressure there. She wants to turn away and try and get herself out of trouble. She's done well, actually. Manages to find Kim Little. And that's not a great pass from Kim, but she does manage to find Vivian Leo over on that far side. And then she plays the ball back to Lotte Wubben-Moy. Now it's into midfield to Katarina Koch with Lotte Wubben-Moy again. We've played 10 minutes in the second half, and Arsenal just starting to find our feet now. Maybe the substitutions are now starting to settle in. And that is a ball up this near side. Laura Wainwright plays it on to Rosa Kafaji. She's gone out for a throw to Arsenal. In fact, sorry, that was Freya Godfrey there. The throw that was taken quickly. And it's back with Laura Wainwright on this near side. Good to see her back fit as well following her ACL injury. We've just got one left now. Victoria, of course, who just suffered it in the summer. Well, the end of last season, playing for Holland. Anyway, that ball's chipped out to the far side to Viviana Leah, playing on that left-hand side, where she doesn't look comfortable, very right-footed. It's a long ball from Lotta Wilgenmoy. Oh, looking for the run there of Rosa Kafaji. Would have been her first goal for Arsenal if she managed to get on the end of it, but it's put behind it. It's going to be a corner, though, to Arsenal. So all is not lost from this particular attack. Great ball, that from Lotta Wilgenmoy. Really was a good ball. And headed behind for a corner. And Lotta and Leslie are both in there looking to try to get on the end of this. In fact, Rosa Kafaji is going to come across and take this. So let's see what her set piece delivery is like, shall we? She just plays it short, gets it back, plays the ball into the penalty. It's a good ball. Oh, and it was looking for Freya Godfrey there. Couldn't quite get her foot around it. It's gone behind for another corner to Arsenal. We're suddenly starting to ramp the pressure up a little bit now on this Washington defence. It is going to be a corner again. That was a short corner there. It was a clever ball actually from Rosa. And she couldn't quite get on the end. We played a short corner again actually. Rosa Kafaji over on that far side, twisting and turning, trying to find a little bit of space. She just touches the ball off instead to Freya Godfrey, who's had a tidy game, hasn't she? The youngster for Arsenal in midfield today. And in the end, Lotta Wilgenmoy plays all the way back to goalkeeper Manu Zinsberger. She's about 15, 20 yards outside the Arsenal penalty area, touches it off to Katie Reid. Gets it back again, the Arsenal goalkeeper. And she plays it up that far side. It's not a great ball actually, but luckily Arsenal managed to pick it up again. Michelle Aubameyang, who's looked good since she's come on. Really strong. And Katie Reid now plays that ball forward. Oh, it's a lovely turn there from Freya Godfrey, but it looked like a foul. In fact, it was a foul. She's not going to be allowed to take a free kick from there. She was about 15 yards further away from where she was fouled. It's definitely a free kick, though, to Arsenal. And it's good to see Rosa in an Arsenal shirt, isn't it? Not maybe the one we was expecting today, the latest signing. But anyway, she's in the team. And Katie Reid's going to take this free kick, is she? In fact, no, there's a break because Manu Zinsberger has gone down injured again. She seems to get injured every single game she's played, doesn't she, Manu Zinsberger? I'm not sure what the problems are. And obviously that'll be another factor in the reason why we brought in Daphne Van Domselaar. So we're going to have another break in play here for this injury to Manu Zinsberger. Looks like maybe a wrist or a hand injury. So we'll have to see whether she's going to be okay. Of course, Daphne isn't on the bench today, so it would be Naomi Williams who would come on should we need to make a change at the goalkeeper. One of the physios there is in communication with the bench, and Naomi Williams is actually looking as though she's getting warmed up. So we may well need to see. In fact, yeah, they're making the sign as though Manu Zinsberger can't carry on. So we may well be seeing Daphne as the number one earlier than we thought if this injury is going to be an issue. Anyway, it looks like Naomi Williams is going to come on today because Daphne isn't in the squad, which is a shame. It would have been nice for her to have got a run out, wouldn't it? And it's a good half an hour to play in this game as well. So Naomi's going to have some work to do, no doubt, because it's looking as though Manu Zinsberger isn't going to be able to continue. It looks like there's another little water break as well, as we await to see whether or not Naomi Williams is going to come on. So it could be a day for the Arsenal youngsters, couldn't it? There's been quite a few that have got some good minutes on the pitch in this game. And it looks as though Naomi Williams may well be the next one. But Manu Zinsberger is getting her gloves back on, is she? Clive says Arsenal keeper kit looks good on Daphne. Yeah, no, it's good to see her in an Arsenal kit. If I'm quite honest, I say I've been screaming for us to sign her since we saw her in the Euros for Holland 2 years ago. I thought she was a fantastic young goalkeeper then. Obviously, she's come on even more since. It looks like Manuela Zinsberger is going to carry on. She's got her gloves back on, so maybe she's okay. In fact, she's not. She is going off. So she's going off, and it's going to be Naomi Williams coming on for Arsenal. Not sure if she's played in the first team before, actually. I don't think she has. I know it's only a friendly. Anyway, Zinsberger is going off. And it might be something she's going to have to get used to this season, because I do believe that she won't be number one much longer. And it is Naomi Williams coming on in her place. Of course, we did have another Williams as a backup goalkeeper, didn't we, a couple of years ago? Lydia Williams, of course, the Australian. But this is Naomi Williams, and we're going to see what she's all about as a goalkeeper in this next half an hour of this game. Looks like it's a wrist injury, and she's there chatting on the bench to Leah and Beth, who have both gone off at half time. Anyway, Arsenal are trying to come forward straight away. Katie Reid under a bit of pressure, but she's actually done quite well. And Arsenal now with Lotta Wober-Moy, and she's done well as well. Finds Vivian Leah. That is nice, really nice. Michelle Abermang, who can turn, plays the ball over the top for Leslie Russo. Nice take on her chest. Russo now having a run at this Washington defence just inside the penalty. Plays the ball into the box. Oh, it's not a great clearance, actually. He's going to get it back again, Russo. What's this cross like? Oh, it's deflected at the near post, more up in the air and away. Shot comes in from Freya Godfrey there. She didn't get hold of it at all. It scrambled away. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Every time we do come forward, we do look as though we might score. I don't think their defence doesn't convince me, if I'm honest, the Washington defence. And we've had a few moments, but you do feel as though if we can get more pressure put on this defence, we will score a few more goals in this game. But anyway, let's see what happens. Washington have managed to deal with that throw and trying to get the ball clear, actually, which they managed to do. In fact, they're going to win a goal kick now, because that was deflected off Freya Godfrey. Is going to be a goal kick to Washington Spirit. We've played 63 minutes. There should be a little bit more stoppage time at the end of the second half, you do feel, because obviously we've had a couple of injury stoppages. Arsenal have had to change their goalkeeper. We haven't even had the water break yet, which will be coming in about 10 minutes, I think. Assuming there's going to be one in the second half. You'd imagine there will be. It doesn't look like it's got any cooler out there, does it? You look at the substitutes with towels on their heads to keep cool. Well, there's a ball played over the top there, and Naomi Williams is out quickly, and she had to be, because it was Sarr that was looking to run in behind again. But Naomi Williams was out quickly and picked that ball up, and she's thrown it out straight away to Lotta Wober-Moy. Her first action. She's now got the ball at her feet. What's she like on her feet? Well, that's a tidy little ball, isn't it, to Lotta Wober-Moy again. And Washington Spirit are putting us under pressure, closing us down quickly. But we have managed to win a throw over on that far side, which we've taken quickly, and we've won another one as well. So it's Washington Spirit 1, Arsenal 1. We're about midway through this second half. Arsenal, it's been a bit of a bitty performance from Arsenal. Not surprising, really, I suppose, when you look at the circumstances of it. It is only pre-season, of course. And Washington Spirit are midway through their season, so of course they're a lot sharper than we are. And I suppose in this game you can see that's what's happened. You can see that that's where they're at. But, you know, there's been some bright moments for Arsenal so far. Obviously, the goal from Leslie Russo was a really good goal. And some of the youngsters have looked good today, haven't they? I think Katie Reid's had a good game. I think Freya Godfrey's played well. Michelle Abermang's looked lively since she's come on as well. Let's see what the goalkeeper's like, because she's not had to be tested too much yet, has she? So let's see what she's all about. as well. Anyway, it's a throw which Vivian Lee is going to take over on that far side. She's had an up and down game. She's playing in a position maybe she's not best suited to, which isn't her fault. So we'll make allowances for that. Of course we will. And Washington Spirit are in possession again. And they're coming forward, just giving the ball away now. Also got a chance for a counter-attack. Leslie Russo inside the centre circle, leading the charge. She's got support outside her there with Michelle Abimang, who's very comfortable with the ball. She holds it up well. She's strong. She's just laid it off. And now Katie Reid finds Laura Wainwrighter. Comes in field and then plays it back to goalkeeper Naomi Williams, who's midway inside the Arsenal half. And touches it off to Lotta Wubenmoy, plays it forward again to Alessia Russo, holds off a defender, finds Katerina Coy. Now, this is good from Arsenal. There's some space over on that far side for Vivian Leah, but she's let it run under her foot and it's gone behind. And maybe that sums up her day a little bit. I feel a little bit sorry for her because she's playing out of position. She's trying her best, she's trying hard, but it's not quite worked for her. And it's a learning curve, isn't it, for a young player? It's only a friendly, and these are the games, I suppose, to make those decisions and play those players, I suppose. But yeah, it's been a difficult afternoon. Anyway, there's going to be some more trouble here because Sars in behind, plays the ball across. There's nobody there except for Lotta Wubenmoy, and she can clear that up quite nicely. But we're just giving the ball straight away again. Arsenal looking a bit sloppy now. Over on that far side, a cross comes in. Good defensive header that was. Full stretch from Lotta Wubenmoy. It's going to be a corner again to Washington Spirit. And that was a poor clearance, actually. And Arsenal created their own problems there. And then the cross came in. And it was Lotta Wubenmoy's header away. And then I think it was Vivian Leah put it out for the corner. And Arsenal got some more defending to do here from this corner. And it's going to be Sullivan again. From that far side, which is the only part of the ground that's in shade, actually. Anyway, this corner comes in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's just flicked away there by an Arsenal head. I think it was Leslie Russo. It's going to be kept in on this near side. And now it is a throw to Washington. Off Michelle Abimang. And Arsenal got more defending to do. And that seems to have been the story of much of this second half. It's going to be Carl to take this throw for Washington Spirit. 68 minutes on the clock. And Carl does well, actually. Can she get the cross in on this near side? She does. It's a low one to the near post. Oh, it's not a great clearance, actually. And the ball is still in Washington's possession. And now they're going to switch it across to the far side, are they? Into the shaded area of the pitch, but the pass has got too much on it. It's gone behind for a throw to Arsenal, which Vivian Leah is going to take. Now it's back with Naomi Williams. Plays it out there to Katerina Cole. Just touches it off to Lotta Wubenmoy. Gets it back again on the edge of the penalty area. Lotta's telling her where to pass it to, and it's to Vivian Leah over on that far side. She wants to get it back onto her right foot, doesn't she? And anyway, she has found Lotta Wubenmoy. And now Lotta plays it back to goalkeeper Naomi Williams. 20 minutes left of this game, plus stoppage time. Can either team find a winning goal? Not sure if there's due to be a penalty shootout at the end. I know some of these American tour games, you get a penalty shootout at the end, don't you? Even if the game's won or lost, you still get a penalty shootout. So I'm not sure if there is. It's a lovely through ball actually there from Freya Godfrey, but the goalkeeper was out quickly to clear it away. The goalkeeper, Kingsbury. Arsenal now in possession. Michelle Abimang just touches that off to Laura Wainwrighter. There's a long ball forward. It bounces through actually, and in fact, it's a free kick. I think it was Rosa Kafaji then with the foul. It is going to be a free kick to Washington Spirit. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a penalty shootout at the end of this game or not, actually. I'm not 100% sure if there is. But anyway, Washington Spirit are about to make 2 substitutions of their own. Number 13 is Brittany Radcliffe. She is going to come on. And it's number 16 going off. Which is... I haven't got number 16 on my sheet. Oh, it's McKenna Morris has gone off. Ratcliffe's coming on. And Hatch as well is coming on. Ashley Hatch is coming on for... Actually, Courtney Brown's come on as well for Heather Stainbrook. And Santos has gone off as well for Ashley Hatch. Leslie Santos has gone off. So there are the 3 changes there for Washington Spirit. But Arsenal now pick the ball up in a very dangerous position. It is Rosa. Got a little bit of space. She's going to try a shot from distance, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. And a comfortable save in the end. Arsenal won the ball inside the centre circle, and suddenly Rosa had a little bit of space. Went for the shot. And she's done well there, worked hard to try to put the Washington Spirit player under pressure. And she's looked quite lively since she's come on, actually, hasn't she? Rosa Kafaji. She's looked as though she's going to be a great signing for us. Looking forward to seeing what she can do. And is this the water break? Oh, no, I'm not sure what's happened here. There's another break in play anyway. Is it Lotte Rubenmoy? Not sure what's happened there. They seem to stop the play for Lotte Rubenmoy. I'm not sure what happened. Anyway, it's a free kick to Arsenal inside the centre circle. Maybe it was a foul. I didn't see what happened there. Anyway, Arsenal do get on with it over on that far side. Vivienne Leah plays it up the line. It's a decent ball, actually. Surely that's a foul, referee. No, referee says no. So Washington Spirit can try and bring the ball clear. And it was Freya Godfrey there. That looked like she was fouled there by Sullivan. But the referee said no. But it is a throw to Arsenal anyway over on that far side, which Vivienne Leah is going to take. Well, it's not a great throw, actually. Didn't really give Katie Reid much chance to get it all, but Washington have given it away. The ball's played through to Russo. She's got a Aubameyang square, but she doesn't need her. Russo finishes it. It's 2-1 to Arsenal. 2 goals for Russo. And that was a nice, cool finish, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant goal again. And Arsenal now lead 2-1. And it was a mistake there in midfield. It gave the ball away. Completely gave it away. Flicked on there by Rosa to Leslie Russo. She could have squared it to Michelle Aubameyang, but she was never going to do that. And she just took it on herself and made a nice angle for the finish and then just tucked it away. Brilliant, brilliant stuff there from Russo. Andrea says, Leslie again, indeed. Leslie again. And, you know, she got 16 goals last season for Arsenal. I've got a feeling she may well get a few more this year. I think we've got more attacking options now, more people to feed her. And I think we could be seeing a 20-goal season for Leslie Russo. And she's got 2 today. And now we've got our second water break with 15 minutes to play. So, yeah, it is roughly half an hour in, isn't it? And that one's come just after that goal there. A mistake in midfield, giving the ball away. Rosa, it was with an assist, just pushed the ball through first time. And Leslie Russo is onto it and finishes really, really well. That was lovely play from Arsenal. And we haven't really played that well in this game, but we've scored 2 fantastic goals, both of them from Leslie Russo. Gregory said that 2-1 to Arsenal. Andrea says, brilliant pass from Rosa. It was a brilliant pass indeed. It was just an instinctive little flick, wasn't it? Just in between the 2 centre-halves onto Russo's run. And she tucked that away nicely. And Arsenal have regained the lead, which, you know, maybe against the runner player for this second half overall, if we're honest. But we don't care about that. So we just care that Arsenal are winning. And, you know, we've suffered a bit in this game, haven't we? We've had some problems, we've had some issues, and we've come through and we're back in the lead again. Let's see if we can hold on this time. And of course, Leslie Russo is now on a hat-trick. But I think Washington will still feel they can get a result in this game. They've certainly had some chances, haven't they? They should have been 2-1 up themselves about 10 minutes ago when Sarr missed an absolute sitter. Anyway, I'm also going to make some more changes now. Caitlin Ford's coming on. Layla Harbert's coming on. Kyra Cooney-Cross is coming on. Steph Catley's coming on. Everybody's coming on, let's be honest. Everyone who's left on the bench is coming on by the look of it. Madison Earl's coming on. And actually, Russo's going off. Just scored her second goal and she's going off. She doesn't look overly happy about that, actually. But anyway, Vivian Leah's coming off as well. Steph Catley's coming on, you would assume, to play left back. Kim Little's going off as well. So Kyra Cooney-Cross is on for Kim Little in midfield. I think these changes might be a little bit easier to figure out. Caitlin Ford's coming on for Vivian Leo over on that left-hand side. And Layla Herbert is coming on as well for, is it for, and Madison Earl's come on as well. I didn't see who else has gone off. Obviously, Russo's gone off. I'm sure they'll let us know in a minute, but yeah. Andrea says, pretty no hat-trick for Les. Yeah, well, she's got plenty of time, hasn't she? When the season starts, she's going to be banging in some goals, I think. She looked sharp today in front of goal. So, yeah, Freya Godfrey's gone off for Leah Harbert, sorry. So she's come on as well. And I don't know who's gone off for Madison Earl. Let's see. Steph Catley's come on for Vivian Leah, which we knew anyway. And we'll just figure out the other substitutes as and when I know Kim Little went off for Kyra Cooney-Cross. They've just announced that one, which we'd already figured that one out. That wasn't the one we needed help with. It was Earl Madison, who I think's come on potentially for Leslie Russo. But Caitlin Ford's come on for Leslie Russo. Who's Madison Earl come on for? Katrina Cole, course, yeah, Katrina Cole. Right, okay, cool. So that's all the substitutions done. Or we've just given the ball away actually in midfield. Obviously, the midfield's a lot weaker now. So it looks as though Michelle Abermang's going to play through the centre. Caitlin Ford on the left. Or now a ball played forward again on this near side across into the box. Good defending actually there from Katie Reid again. And Naomi Williams couldn't keep it in. It's going to be a corner. Katie Reid has had a really good game today, actually. A really good game. I've been so impressed with her. Her reading of the game's good. She's been cool and calm under pressure. She's, defended really well. And I think she's had a really, really good game. Anyway, Solano's coming on now for Washington Spirit in place of Kawazi, who looked a danger, didn't she, down that left-hand side? Really fast, speedy player. And it is Lena Solano's coming on now in time for this corner, which Arsenal have got some defending to do. We're into the last 11 minutes of normal time. This corner from this near side. Header comes in, and it's not really cleared away. It's bobbling around inside the 6-yard box. The goalkeeper's lost it. Arsenal scramble it clear. It's put back into the box again. Goalkeeper's dropped it. It's a shot comes in again. It's blocked. Again, I think it was Katie Reid. And again, Arsenal can't clear it away over on that far side. Another cross comes in. Goalkeeper slips over. It's headed away, though, by Michelle Abermang. And Caitlin Ford battling away for it then. And Arsenal do finally get it away. Wow. Incredible there. How that ball didn't go in the net, I'm not quite sure. The goalkeeper looked a little bit uncomfortable there. We've got to be honest. She came and missed a couple of crosses. She fell over and all of that as well. And she did lose the ball at one point, but Arsenal did manage to keep the ball out, mainly down to Katie Reid, who was absolutely brilliant. Clive says Reid looks tired, but she keeps fighting for the ball. She does look tired. I mean, let's be honest. She's got ginger hair. It's very hot, so it's not ideal conditions for her probably in terms of getting hot. But she does look tired, but she has done really well. And there was a big scramble going on in there actually, and in the end. Arsenal did well to survive. And it was actually Katie Reid's block that made the difference there. It might well have been 2-2 because the goalkeeper looked a little bit all at sea there, didn't she, young at Naomi Williams? Anyway, it's a throw to Arsenal on the near side, which Laura Wainwright is going to take, and it should ease the pressure a little bit anyway, which had been building up there. And yeah, we wasn't looking too clever, were we? Anyway, we haven't looked too clever there. We've given the ball away again. And again, it's Sarah who's been the real threat, hasn't she? Although she did miss that big chance to put them 2-1 up. Brian says there, the coach out if we lose. It's a friendly, my friend. It's a friendly. Come on. No one loses their job over a friendly today. A long way to go. Oh, this is good play, though. Caitlin Fall's done really well. She needs some support. She's got some support outside her. Rose is outside her. She's got the ball now. Already got an assist in her Arsenal career. Puts a cross into the near post. Oh, Michelle Aberman couldn't quite make the ground up to get there. And it's cleared away. That was a great break. Caitlin Fall done really, really well. Quite often, Caitlin Fall makes such a big difference when she comes on, doesn't she? Anyway, Sar's now got a bit of cramp, which isn't surprising the amount of running she's been doing. And whether she's going to be able to continue, she's still limping. She has had a great game. There's no question about that. A lot of pace. She got the goal, but she did miss that big chance. And that's probably one she'll remember if Washington do lose this game. And they're only 8 minutes away now. Katie Reid, who for me, as things stand, is probably going to be my player of the match. Just think she's been outstanding. Anyway, now we've got an opportunity here. Rose is in behind over on that far side. She needs some help inside the box. In fact, she's run out of it there. And she's just been sent a yellow card. She seems a little bit confused as to why she was given a yellow card. Maybe it was for pushing the back there. And the referee, it's the first yellow card of the game, actually. Not quite sure if, was that worthy of a yellow card, do we think? I'm not convinced it was. I mean, yes, she was kind of pushed out of it a little bit by the defender. And she did push her over, but is that worthy of a yellow card in a friendly? I don't know. Anyway, she's got a yellow card. So there you go. The only yellow card of the game so far. And Arsenal won a throw on that far side. Some of these Washington players are looking a little bit tired as well now. Into the last 7 minutes. Washington 1, Arsenal 2. Oh, I was just saying, I don't know whether, Brian, did you mean the Washington coach? Maybe he'll be sacked. Yeah, maybe they should get rid of him if they lose. Absolutely. That would be good. But Jonas isn't going to get sacked, is he? Should we lose this game? Because it's only a friendly. And we've got bigger and better things to come over the next few weeks, haven't we? With the start of the Champions League qualifiers at the beginning of September, which is, 2.5 weeks away. Anyway, it's a free kick there to Washington Spirit inside their own half. And Arsenal should be okay with this one. We've had a couple of good counter-attacks, haven't we? There's another substitution. In fact, Sarah is going off. She had a great game, actually, for Washington Spirit today. She was a big threat all game. And I think she's just run out of legs now. I think the cramps got the better of her. And it was her header that brought Washington level right on half-time. Wasn't the best goalkeeper, as we said, but she deserved the goal probably for her performance today. Really impressive she was. And it is Jenna Butler's coming on. Not that she's any relation of mine, but she's coming on anyway, which is good, isn't it? So yeah, and that's another substitution. Obviously, friendlies, you get a lot of substitutions, and it's been a good opportunity, hasn't it? I mean, every single Arsenal player on the bench, I'm just checking, has come on. Yeah, every single player on the bench has come on. It's not often you can say that, is it? It's been a good thing from this performance as well, hasn't it? That everybody's got minutes on the pitch, which is what's needed. And as things stand, we're going to be winning the game as well, aren't we? Which is even better, isn't it? So let's see how that works out. Anyway, it's a throw to Arsenal over on the far side into the last 5 minutes. And if Arsenal manage this last 5 minutes well, we should hold on and win this game and be a good start to pre-season, won't it? Arsenal trying to come forward now down that far side. Caitlin Ford, who's looked very lively since she's come on. Switches the ball over to this near side. Nice take there from Rose. He just runs away from her, actually, and Washington Spirit pick the ball up. And then they're trying to come forward themselves up this near side. But Rosa wins the ball back. That's what you want to see. And then Laura Wainwright wins it back as well. And then she's fouled. There will be a free kick to Arsenal. And Ashley Hatch there is not very happy about that decision, but it clearly was a foul. And it is going to be a free kick, which Laura Wainwright is going to take. Takes it quickly, finds Katie Reid. And yeah, we'll have to start thinking about player of the match, won't we? My one is Katie Reid. She's going to get it for me. I think she's been brilliant. Let me know in the comments who your player of the match has been today. It's definitely been Katie Reid for me. But there's been a few decent performances I've enjoyed. I think Rose has looked quite lively since she's come on. I think Michelle Abermang's looked good since she's come on as well, which has been good. Caitlin Ford's looked good. Oh, that's a bad mistake from Lotta. It's going to be 2-2. No, it isn't. Oh, put wide. Lotta there, a terrible pass. A really, really poor pass that was. And it was straight to Ashley Hatch. And Arsenal almost there, gifted an equaliser there. Don't quite know what she was thinking of there, Lotta. And actually Hatch tried to put it in that far corner and has just fired it wide. But this is what these games are for, aren't they? It's all to do with that sharpness and getting that back. And obviously, you know, it doesn't appear straight away, does it? Clive says, I say Reid, but my twin brother says Russo. I mean, I think Russo is going to obviously get a lot of credit. Her 2 goals were brilliant. Her all-round play was good. Which, yeah, you know, she obviously had a great game, but I just like the way Katie Reid's played. You know, she's a young player and she hasn't made a mistake, I don't think. I don't think she's put her foot wrong at the back. You know, she's been calm. She's been read the game well. And in fact, you know, when you look at Leah Williams' performance in the first half, which wasn't great, you know, Katie has been our best defender throughout the game. So, yeah, well done to Katie. So I want to give it to Katie just because I feel that she's, you know, she's a young player and she deserves it. But yeah, obviously, Leslie has had a big impact on this game. 2 fantastic goals. And, yeah, she's obviously played well. Anyway, Laura now on this near side plays her way out of trouble. But Arsenal have conceded a throw. It's got a bit scrappy, hasn't it, later in this game with all the substitutions and stuff. Obviously, that was always going to probably happen, wasn't it? But we're into the last 2 minutes of normal time. See how much stoppage time there is in this half, because obviously they didn't play the full amount, did they, in the first half of the water break. You know, Arsenal can't get the ball away at the minute, and there's going to maybe be an opportunity for Washington Spirit. They did score very late in the first half. Are they going to score very late in the second half? Well, they won't be now because that ball there has just been put out for a throw to Washington on that far side. Caitlin Ford plays it infield. Now Arsenal trying to beat the press. And now Lotta needs a better pass this time. Oh, she's giving it away again, Lotta. Another poor pass. Again, we may have just about got away with it. In fact, we have got away with it. Katie Reid again. Brilliant from her. And now we've got a chance of a counter-attack. This is really good play. And we've got the ball up this near side. This is where we need to keep it up this end of the pitch. It's with Layla Harbour. It's done quite well there. But again, Washington have picked the ball up. We're into the last minute of normal time. That's 2 poor balls there from Lotta Wouver-Moy. Getting full done well there. Actually, it was a foul on Sullivan. And it is going to be a free kick to Washington Spirit in the last moments of this friendly here at Audi Field. Washington Spirit looking to show some late spirit here and get a goal. So they did score right at the end of the first half. Are they going to do it again? Let's hope not. There's a bit of space out here on this near side. Opportunity to maybe get the ball in the box again. Ball into the box. Good header away though by Katie Reid. Who else would it be? And again, Washington Spirit coming forward. They've just lost the ball. And now Arsenal should be able to get this away. Laura Wainwright takes no chances, clears it long, but it wasn't a great clearance actually. And Washington Spirit picked up. It's going to be 6 minutes of stoppage time. Looks like they've added on the first half as well. Although there was a water break in the second half, there was a couple of injuries, so maybe 6 minutes is about right. So Arsenal still got some work to do if we're going to win this game. It's a very young team out on that pitch. We keep giving the ball away. We can't keep hold of it at all. It's very hard work in this heat. Anyway, Laura Wainwright should be able to see that out for a goal kick, and she does. And more time will tick away. And Arsenal getting close now to victory here, which, while it won't mean anything in terms of the season itself, it will be it's a good. I think this is a really good result because, as I say, you know, Washington Spirit are further up with their preparations than we are. We've got a very young team, and we've managed to find a way, hopefully, to win this game. Again, Katie Reid steps in, clears it away. She has been quite magnificent, you have to say. And what a great player to have in our squad, you know, this season as well, as cover at the back. And we know, looking at the way she's played today, that she can come in and do a job. She's not going to be phased. Oh, this is nice play in midfield from Arsenal now. Can we find a way to get a third goal? Ball played forward to Michelle Aubameyang. She's not offside. She's got strength and power. She's run through. It's going to be 3-1. It is. Oh, it's not. She's missed. Oh, she did so well in the build-up to that as well, Michelle Aubameyang. She showed great pace and strength there. It was Rosa's ball again, and she's looked good. She held off the defender there. Brilliant stuff. And she tried to roll it in the corner. It's actually hit the post. The goalkeeper got a touch onto it. It hit the post, and it's gone just wide. A big moment there. In fact, the goalkeeper didn't get a touch on it. It's been given as a goal kick. Oh, that was a big chance. Gregory says, composure, ladies. That's what we need, a bit of composure. Maybe Michelle needed just a little bit more composure there. She did so well to get into that position. And again, it was a great ball from Rosa, who was looking for a second assist anyway. Suddenly, Washington Spirit are back up the other end. We've still got, 3.5 minutes to play here of stoppage time. It is still Washington 1, Arsenal 2. This cross comes in from the near side. Who's there? Who do you think cleared that ball away when that cross came in? I'll give you 3 guesses. Who do you think it was? Anyway, I think it might have been an offside anyway. On that fact, it's not. The ball floated back in again. As a headed clearance there from Lotta Woober-Moyer. Now Michelle Aubameyang's got a bit of space again. Turns away from the defender, plays a ball through. Oh, it's a good ball, is it? No, the goalkeeper's out quickly, looking for Rosa, who looks like she's going to be a really good player, actually, when she gets up to speed. She's shown some lovely touches, lovely little balls through, and she's looking really live. Anyway, there's a foul there, and it's going to be a free kick to Washington Spirit. She had a long ponytail pulled there by Layla Herbert. She pulled her ponytail. She was a bit of a. It was Layla Herbert that did that. Clive says Reid. Yeah, it was Reid indeed. Of course it was. So we're 2.5 minutes of stoppage time to play, and there's a free kick now to Washington. It's maybe a bit too far out for a shot, but we'll see. Madison Erland, Caitlin Fulder in the wall, but the free kick's played up this near side. The cross comes into the edge of the 6-yard box. Goalkeeper just gets something on it there. Naomi Williams did really well, actually. And then Michelle Aubameyang can boot the ball clear into the Washington half. 2 minutes left to play. Arsenal hanging on a little bit here. The ball chipped forward, but it's not a great ball. Nice little cushion header there. And that should be okay there from Lotta. Just managed to keep it in. It is a Frodo. Steph Catley it was. It is a Frodo to Washington. Clive says, I think the score would have been in Washington's favour if Reid had a bad game. Yeah, quite possibly. She's done so well. And yeah, she's been one of the reasons why we won this game. The throw comes in and it's bobbling around that penalty area again. Steph Catley can get it away. It's going to be another throw. We're into the last minute now of stoppage time. And Arsenal hanging on for this victory. The throw comes in. It's a long throw towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Headed out. It's put back in again. Headed out this time by Lotta Woober-Moyer. Then the clearance is cleared away. And Michelle Aubameyang is going to chase this. So close to sealing it with that third goal a few moments ago. Hit the outside of the post where maybe she should have scored. And what's happened here? We haven't played the 6 minutes yet. And the referee seems to have stopped the game. Lotta Woober-Moyer's got a facial injury. She's got blood coming from her nose. That's why we stopped the game. I thought the referee was going to finish it early then for some reason, but she hasn't. She's just stopped the game because Lotta has got a nosebleed, probably from that header just a moment ago. So we're going to get a little bit more stoppage time. We'd played almost 6 minutes anyway. And it was when that ball was played back in. And, oh, yeah, she did. She headbutted the back of her head as she headed the ball away. And that's why Lotta's got that injury. And we're going to get some more stoppage time. But anyway, Arsenal very, very close to the victory here, which isn't going to mean a lot in the overall scheme of things, but it's been a good workout. It's been a competitive game. Obviously, the conditions haven't been easy. It's been very hot. And we've struggled at times. We've looked shaky at times. Going forward, we've looked really good when we've had the opportunity to. We've created some good chances, scored 2 great goals, had 1 or 2 other nearly moments as well. And yeah, we are now on the brink of sealing what would be an outstanding victory in the circumstances. And yeah, it sets us up nicely for the next week of training ahead of the Chelsea game next weekend, of course, which is here in America as well. Not quite sure why we're playing Chelsea in America. I would personally rather play a team that isn't in the WSL. You know, a team from anywhere would have anywhere else would have been okay. Another American team. I know they're in the middle of their season, probably not easy, but I don't know. I would like to have seen that really, but anyway, it's Chelsea we're playing, so let's hope that we can obviously beat them. But yeah, that's probably, it's all about looking forward now, isn't it? And let's hope that we can. Clive says Arsenal lady standing in the shade to keep cool. Indeed, yeah, sensible decision. Now, Lotta's in fact, Lotta's going to have to come off. She had the captain's armband since she came on for Leo at half time. She's had to hand it over to Steph Catley because she's not going to be able to continue, Lotta. So I don't know if we can't bring any more subs on because we've used all our subs now. Unless I can bring someone back on again who came off. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. I'm not sure. But anyway, Lotta is having to go off. So we're going to finish this game with 10 players by the look of it, which isn't ideal, is it? Especially as it's a set piece to come for Washington as well. There was probably about 30 seconds left when that injury happened. So although we've played 98 minutes, there's still probably 30 seconds or so to play when we get up and running again. So Arsenal don't have long to hang on with 10 players. But anyway, they take that free kick quickly. And Arsenal are going to have to try and do their best here to keep this ball out. Washington coming forward again. They did score with the final action of the first half. Are they going to score with the final action of the second as well? It's up this near side. The cross going to come in. The cross does come in. It's going to go straight through into the arms of Naomi Williams, who falls on the ball. And surely that will be that. And despite all the difficulties today, it looks as though Arsenal are going to finish this game with a victory. Wexford said 16. Kafaji, some player. She is some player indeed. Absolutely. Naomi Williams kicks the ball long up towards halfway. And Arsenal still struggling to keep possession. In fact, we've conceded another free kick over on that far side. We've got one more set piece to deal with. We played nearly 100 minutes. I'm sure there was only 30 seconds left before Lotta got her injury. But anyway, the goalkeeper's going to come up and take this free kick. One last chance for them to get the ball in the box to try to salvage a draw here. The free kick comes in. It's headed away by Arsenal, and now we can bring it away and hopefully we can keep this ball. In fact, I think that's the full-time whistle gone. Arsenal don't get the chance for the counter-attack. It doesn't matter. We've won the game. It was a tough afternoon or evening for us, afternoon over there. We had some difficulties in that game, lots of difficulties, but we've come away with a 2-1 victory, a goal in each half from Leslie Russo. It was an equalizer from Saar right on half-time. Not great goalkeeping from Manu Zinsberger, who later had to go off with an injury, and she was replaced by Naomi Williams, who looked a little bit shaky at times, but I'm sure she'll gain a lot from the experience. A lot of these young players will. It was a mixed performance from Arsenal, wasn't it? Good to see So many of the young players get an opportunity today. Some of them had really good games as well, didn't they? I thought Michelle Aubameyang did really well. She was unlucky not to score right at the end. Would have been a nice goal, wouldn't it, to have finished it off at the post. But of course, for me, the star of the show was young Katie Reid at the back. Absolutely brilliant performance from her. She looked like a young Leah Williamson, didn't she? Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And that was the biggest plus for me from this game, apart from the result, of course. I mean, what can you say? And as Wexford said, Rosa Kafaji looks a fantastic player, an assist for the second goal, and just an all-round great performance. So that's a big positive as well. Andreas has gone Leslie player of the match. Well, I still think Katie Reid. I've got to give it to Katie Reid. I just thought she was outstanding, but obviously Leslie's goals have decided it, and we know what a great player she is. Katie's just starting her journey, and what a journey it could be if she carries on developing in the way that she showed today. Brilliant. It's a decent start to pre-season, wasn't it? It was an entertaining game. I thought we played some nice stuff at times. We looked a little bit shaky at times. Of course, it's an unfamiliar team in many ways, isn't it? A lot of young players, and we lacked a lot of sharpness. I felt some of the more experienced players were maybe a little bit off it. They had busy summers, some of them. But overall, we have to take a lot of positives from it, don't we? I say some good performances. Good to see, obviously, Rosa make her first appearance for Arsenal, and she did really well. It was a good run out, wasn't it? A good workout against a decent team that caused us some problems, and we found a way to win the game, and that could be important through the season, couldn't it? Obviously, we're going to be facing teams a lot better than Washington Spirit, but fair play to them. I thought they did well. Gregory says, got to see the newbies in action. Good game. Yeah, it was nice to see them, wasn't it? Greg says, not a bad result with a bunch of kids. Exactly, yeah, exactly. And that's what it was, essentially, wasn't it? But, it's good to see that we've got these youngsters that have got quality, and that's important, isn't it? Andrea says, Katie Reid, a really good performance, and Rosa Kafaji with promising first appearance. Yeah, no, she was. She looked really good, didn't she? And I think when she settles in, she obviously gets up to match fitness and stuff like that, gets used to playing with a team. She's going to be a fantastic signing, because we haven't even seen Caldente yet. We haven't even seen Daphne Van Domselaar yet. So lots of great stuff still to look forward to, before we kick off the season in about 2.5 weeks' time against Rangers. So, brilliant stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed coverage today. Yes, probably didn't get as many people watching. The game was live on YouTube. Of course, it's going to make people want to watch it on there. Of course, we understand that. But for those of you that did stick with us, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please give us a like. There's not going to be much on the channel over the next week or so. We're going away. Me and Paula are going away on Friday. We're going away for about 10 days. So we won't really be around. I don't know whether we'll go out to do a watch along of the Arsenal game. We probably won't be around to be able to do a watch along of the Chelsea game next Sunday, because we're away. I don't know. We may do. We may. It depends what we're doing. It depends what we're doing. But anyway, we may have some coverage going on. We may have some stuff. But of course, once we're back, we are back with a bang. The first Arsenal women's show of the season is going to be on Monday, the 2nd of September. So join us for that. Andreas, of course, will be there with us. We're going to look back on this pre-season, look at the transfer window, and look ahead, of course, to the Rangers game and the start of the new season. Lots and lots to look forward to. Greg says, only problem, it doesn't help preparation for the season, as the kids won't be starting in Champions League. No, they won't. And I say a lot of that today was to do with the fact that some of the other more senior players wasn't at a level of fitness to be able to play today. We kind of knew that was going to probably be the case. We should see more of them next week against Chelsea, and again against Southampton in the other friendly on the 31st. But in a way you're right, and I agree, but equally it's giving these young players an opportunity. So if they are needed in the season, you know, we know what they can do, what they're capable of. They're going to get some experience from that as well, aren't they? Some confidence. And yes, it's going to be a very different Arsenal team that lines up against Rangers in the Champions League. Of course it will. I mean, you'll be shocked if it isn't. But yeah, let's, you know, pre-season is what it is, isn't it? You know, today was about getting minutes in legs, and the players who could play played, and the ones who couldn't play were left at the training centre or wherever they were. Maybe they was in the stadium, I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm not reading too much into it much, other than there were some good performances from some young players. We managed to win the game. Leslie Russo showed her quality in front of goal, and Katie Reid looks a fantastic prospect going forward, and I can't wait to see her development. So yeah, lots of positives. An enjoyable game. I'll say hopefully you guys have enjoyed it as well. Greg says, have a great holiday, which you deserve. Yeah, thank you very much, my friend. We will do our best to enjoy it. We'll have some videos with the drone and stuff on the other channel, I'm sure, when we're away as well. So look out for that. But yeah, looking forward to going away. Actually, it's Paula's birthday when we're away as well. But we won't tell anyone how old she is, because, you know, it's not right, is it? So it's her birthday soon as well. So, but yeah, anyway, thank you very much, guys, for watching. I say please give us a like. We'll be back very soon. Not sure exactly what the schedule is going to be like over the next week or so with us being away. You know, we'll maybe try and get the odd thing out here and there, but obviously the main thing to put in your diary, Monday the 2nd of September, the new Arsenal women's show, which is going to be fantastic. Greg says 21 again. Yeah, we're obviously 21 again and again and again. But yeah, see, that's what we'll say. Yeah, we'll leave it at 21 again. That's about right. So yeah, you know, we'll be back. Of course, I say make sure you tune in for the first Arsenal women's show of the season on the 2nd of September. Looking forward to that one. And I say we may have a watch along in the meantime. Aston Villa game for the men, potentially, maybe the Chelsea game for the women as well. We will see, I'm sure. Clive says, great job, Rich. Enjoyed your commentary, better than the Americans. Well, I haven't heard the Americans, so I don't know. But no, thank you very much, and thank you for joining the channel as well. It's good to have you on board with us, and hopefully you'll enjoy what we do throughout the season as well. Look forward to seeing you in the comments box again on the next one. So yeah, we'll see you soon, guys. Thank you for watching. Arsenal did get a victory today. We had to work hard for it. It wasn't an easy game. We created some of our own problems at times, but we got it done. We got the win. 2 goals from Leslie Russo proved to be the difference. But for me, Katie Reid is a name to watch out for. She is going to be a star. She is going to be a future Lioness, maybe captain, who knows. She's certainly going to follow in the footsteps of her idol, Leah Williamson. Brilliant performance from her. And Arsenal won the game. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy what's left of your weekend. Not very much now. And I say enjoy your week as well. We will see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Come on, you guys. Take it easy, guys.